Well, 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 welcome to week number 3 of Grindhouse Scrims. I am Georgie, joined by my lovely friend here, Tyro, and it's going to be a great matchup here. Right away, we're going into a Blight set and an immediate tag over at 1 on the Nancy here. She's going to be taking a chase at main. Let's see how long this can go. Looks like they really want to buy time for this down. A lot of body block attempts coming in here. And the FTP coming out, which tells us a lot about the builds here. Blight seemingly caught on to the situation, understanding the issue. Nancy does get a tag here.
That is going to be...
And the down coming through. That is a slug and a down at 5 gens in the topside gen lock. It's going to be rough for these survivors to break out of this, but they can come back.
And not to mention the fact that we saw them like all kind of there taking hits, and they're probably not going to be working generators too quickly here as a result.
I wouldn't be surprised if their gen pressure was little to none at the moment, but we'll have to see how they can get their bearings here. They do have a quite a bit of a tough gen lock, and the pull coming through quickly here. We'll have to see how the Blight addresses this, if he can get a quick tunnel out or not.
Yeah, Jake actually coming through to take a hit for the tunnel out target. Meanwhile, we do see that loud noise notification that pallet is going to be dropped. Our Blight is going to just ignore the Jake, though, instead going for the Nancy, cutting them off from the window, and then going down towards the bottom side.
Oh, great hug tech into an amazing flick there. Beautifully played by our Blight player here. And that's just going to be another quick hook. We do get a bot side gen completion for that, but with the way the game is going and how fast hooks are coming through, I just can't imagine this being an insane result on the survivor side.
Yeah, lots of very quick downs. The tunnel out already on second stage here at 4 generators.
You'll be seeing with the generator aura there, we do have Discordance in play, so the Blight is aware there's a double going on bot side, runs over, grabs a tag on the Dwight. He knows where the rotations are coming from. I can't say this is going to be an easy pull for these survivors.
Yeah, Blight's just kind of looking around for a good target here. Going to find our Claudette off on rotation. Very good hit here. Going to be playing this Ormond tile, going around the wall side, back to this pallet, dropping the pallet and getting distance here. Baboon's going to predict a vault, but does not quite make it. Instead, we're going to play this window. The bump logic coming through, going to rush through the tile and get the down.
What a great hit. You know what I really like this Blight is doing is he's just watching the cross, catching people in between rotations, using that mobility on the killer to its best extent, and really just making sure the survivors are just struggling meeting rotations. Great play by the Nancy to stall the vault there, use the bar of time, and she's going to see if she can make it over to mid-map away from this topside gen lock. We'll see how much time she can buy. It's not looking hopeful.
Oh, that does
go
get
down.
picked up in the meantime, but yeah, that is a down here in the middle of the map. And if we can correctly assume that this is our Deli player, that is not going to be any anti-tunnel, and that is going to be a kill here at 3 generators. Very fast kill.
Looking to be a strong result for our Blight here, but hope is not lost. We do have some good resets coming through and a little bit of gen pressure. If these survivors really lock in here, they can get a decent result.
Yeah, Dwight is injured here, going to be playing around this tile. Very not safe. Is going to try to crouch.
Oh,
does actually get the crouch tech off, but the body block from Baboon here going to deny Dwight the vault, and that is going to be a down.
Great use of the crouch tag from Dwight there at the pallet, but unfortunately just was not enough to get away from the Blight. He was able to correct himself, block the pallet from the vault. Pretty cool little interaction there, but just unfortunately not working out for our dear Dwighty in the Dino outfit.
One thing we do have to see though is that this is another hook in the top side of the map. And our Blight is doing a very good job of protecting this region, getting a tag onto the Jake, while also finding a very progressed gen with the Pop Goes the Weasel, going to kick that and then continue. No, we're actually not going to continue the chase on a Jake. Instead, Baboon's going to use this pressure to try to get to the top side and get back to the tunnel out on the Dwight.
You gotta remember, this whole time, Dying Light is in effect. We're at 4 stacks, so that's just 12% passive slowdown without needing to do anything. And with the rate of how tags are coming in, and how rotations are getting caught, and how many hooks are being taken on, like the survivors are really struggling to keep up with this.
Yeah, Blight is playing this super well. That is going to be a pallet break, and White is here for the hit take yet again. They really want to try to get that first K2 by denying these downs and denying the pop. And I think Baboon knows this. He's actually going to go down towards the gen that was being worked on. Is going to fatigue, but our Jake does leave the generator because he is injured. Going to be running down towards the shack. And Baboon does not want any part of this chase. He's instead going to go back and try to find a reset.
Good clarity of mind of Jake to leave that and run to the filler. But unfortunately, Blight was just not able to find a connection on him there as he went into fatigue. Desperately looking for the reset. He sees scratch marks, has an idea, but that gen is so close to popping, he's got to make a decision here, whether he's going to give up that gen or find the reset.
Yeah, Jake gets found yet again on this generator. It has so much progress, and Blight really wants this down. Is going to be using the bump, getting rid of the pallet in the process, and Jake is going to run towards the middle of the map. We do have this Ormond tile here. Jake is trying to play it, but very good mind game from Baboon leads to a hit. And I think we're going to see a pickup into a pop on this bottom generator.
We have 4 stacks of Dying Light, going into 5 now. We have 2 injured survivors that aren't on the hook. We have 1 person on the hook, so that's only 2 people that can be working gens. The pressure is mounting. The pops are coming through. The tags are endless. It is just a massacre right now. This Blight is playing insanely well.
Going to find the Dwight here at the top side of the map. A very good flick into the break is going to give way to a lot of distance gained rather than lost. But our Baboon is a little bit lost in the sauce. Does find Dwight here in the main building. The rushes come back from the recharge. And now we're going to see whether the bump logic can connect. We do see it land, and that is going to be a down onto Dwight up here next to these progressed generators in the top side, where we still have kind of a 4-gen scenario going on.
I have to wonder, that broken symbol next to the Jake was secondary. They were really trying to defend that Nancy in the early game, so I can't imagine the Deli would be up for that, but yeah, it turns out that was second win on Jake. And then in the meantime, Quad got reset as well, so we can assume there was probably some reset around bottom side, and it seems our Blight player here is privy to that. But he's just going to play it slow, realize that that gen's not popping anytime soon. I can go hook this. And he's just railing through the hook states here. Not much these survivors can really do. We're coming up on 6 stacks of Dying Light, and that is 3% per stack. It's getting pretty hefty.
Yeah,
That's going to take this hook here and run up to mid-side, I'm assuming. No, it's going to take his pop here at 10. Or no, 12, I mean.
Yeah, that generator behind main getting popped. Baboon going to be rushing down towards the middle side. We do see some pressure here on this very middle gen, but we do actually find out our Jake kind of caught out of position here, going to be hit by the lethal rush, and Baboon is going to chase after Jake here on the bottom side of the map. We do have the shack pallet up. It's going to go down, and by the time this break animation finishes, we have our rushes, and Blight is off to the races. Going to get a hit, but
what a great dead
very
hard.
well-timed dead hard there from Jake is going to lead to him not getting down. Going to be playing around this filler tile. Baboon going to actually... What the heck did I just see?
That was an interesting reaction. I guess that was just an insta swing out of getting a bump. Obviously, Baboon is very comfortable on Blight here. A lot of cool text coming out, a lot of cool interactions. But what a great dead hard from that Jake. Really doing his best to buy time for his team, but again, they just cannot seem to be getting like this 4K2 or this down to this 2-gen slot. Baboon is really fighting for a 4K3 here, and it looks like he might be able to get it.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, these stacks of Dying Light are just adding up and causing so much gen pressure. to where even when he's committing to these chases like the Jake that are relatively long, the survivors just gen pressure is just not there to answer. We are going to find the Dwight here on the upper gen behind main, going to be chasing them through main building and around. We have no resources here, but Baboon's not actually going to commit.
We do see a Discordance proc on the gen here over at bot side. He's privy to that, goes to interrupt it, says, nope, I'm not allowing you to pop that gen. I have enough time on main side, I can take this chase. And he goes over, gets a tag on Claudette. Now, how is he going to convert this? He has 3 injuries and a gen with high progress. Something has to connect here.
And Baboon going to be rushing around this tile. Very close rushes here. It looks like our camera is a little bugged out.
Yeah.
Blight's just swimming.
He's you know,
Is he
doing
able
his
to
strokes,
swim?
taking some
Okay.
swims.
It was just an animation error. But just swimming midair, going to down the Jake and try to cut off the Claudette who might have been
Scratch
trying to
marks
finish
on
that
Claudette
gen.
here. And we know that Nancy, well, we don't know, but we're assuming Nancy is delivering, so there's probably no unbreakable play in here. This could be a 4K3 right here. It could be done and dusted. Let's see what our Blight chooses to do.
Yeah, looks like that's what Baboon is going for. Going to be rushing towards the top side where he last saw the Dwight working on the main generator. And Dwight's going to be found.
And
Very
a
good
great
flip.
flick to end it. This is looking like, unless there is a sudden unbreakable that is unpredicted, this is a strong 4K3. This team clearly picked Blight for a reason. Baboon really showcasing he knows his stuff on Blight. And just, what a great performance. I mean, this guy, I can't really point out too many mistakes he made. The macro was great, the micro was amazing, catching people in rotations, quick tunnel arm. Just a rough matchup for our survivors, but we'll have to see how they return it on their killer side. I mean, talk to me about where this match went wrong, Tyro. I mean, I think probably with the early game, right? With the Nancy being found.
I think the Nancy being found so early, and then on top of that, we did see the tunnel out happen extremely quickly. I think it was around like 4, or maybe they had just finished the 4th gen to where the tunnel out actually was confirmed, and that is just something that you cannot have happen too early against a killer like Blight, because in the 3v1, especially with that dying light getting stacked up, and no deliverance in play, that is just something that you have to avoid at all costs.
Unfortunately, that tunnel out happened way too fast, and then just the rotations were just being caught by our killer here. He was savvy to what they were doing. Just gonna play it safe here and wait for the Claudette to go 2nd stage before we hook, in case there's some cheekiness going on. And he says, "Oh, final."
Yeah, that would be a very big brain play to have the Nancy not be the deliverance there after using so much to try to protect her in that first chase.
Yeah, just amazing. Really like the macro from the Blight. I liked his idea on catching people, knowing where the unhooks are going to come from, and then just unfortunately the resources that main were all used up, so I didn't feel like the tunnel out could ever make it mid-side very much. But that's going to close out our first part of our first match of the first set, and we'll be joining you on our second for the killer for the other side. Well, welcome back to Grindhouse Scrims week number 3. This is match 2 of set 1. We just watched the killer for Falcons, Baboon, get a 4K3 at 3 generators. So it's going to be a tough win con or tie con for this killer for Eunoia here. It's going to be a 4K4 to win, a 4K3 to tie, so he's going to be really crunched for time here. It's going to need a good start, and we're getting right into chase with the Nia.
Ooh, a swing and a miss, though, through the Ormentile pallet, going to give Nia the window here. But now we do see that the water tower is here, going to be using that to get distance. We slide off the tree and are not able to get the bump onto the hit, which gives Nia plenty of time to make it towards this main building pallet. Going to be playing it. Ooh, the stun not quite coming in time, going to lead to a tag. And we're going to see a vault and play the long walls still.
Great drop,
Very
not
patient.
vacuuming. Yeah, that Nia, unfortunately, he missed the collision on the tree, and that made her make main, but didn't quite work out for her. Our Blight was able to quickly get a tag through a pallet drop, and then get the subsequent hit, making sure not to vacuum under the pallet. Really like that. That was pretty good. So we have a quick chase, we have a quick down, and we have a hook in our top side gen lock. This is not over. It could go some way. We're gonna be finding Ace here on the gen over at 8. Ace looking like he doesn't want any of this, playing super careful.
Very big pallet drop after the pop comes through, stalling out the objective even more. And this was a very progressed generator, but Leonidas is not actually going to commit to this chase. Instead, they're going to go towards Shaq, trying to interrupt as many generators as possible while the unhook came through across the map. Rather than go for a quick tunnel out, we are going to see the hit here onto our Steve player. And Steve is going to be going over here towards the edge map, going to be playing this filler, but that is just a lot of gen pressure that has been negated. It's going to get the pallet stun here, but Steve is kind of zoned into the corner and realizes this is going to try to go down in the corner. Some very careful bumps here from Leonidas, but is still going to miss. And that is going to be an M1 chase around the rock while the Shaq gen actually does pop.
Steve just buying so much time here, and you know, this whole chase going on in the corner of the map at 5, you have to wonder how much gen progress is there. And you know, if you look at the HUD over here, I still see an injured Nia. That tells me they didn't care about resetting. So these survivors are absolutely cranking these gens. You can be sure there's a double going on somewhere, and there we go. So now we have progress on this top side, this bot side gen over here at 8, and it's gonna be rough for the Blight here. He's got to find a way to get some pressure here, find people in rotations. Win con is out of the question now, but we can still play for a tie.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard uphill battle. I mean, at this time, last game, our Blight player did have a tunnel out. Leonidas kind of just standing there. Maybe something was wrong with his mouse or something, but we do see that they are back in action. But this is a very hard gen split to hold. We are going to see a highlighted Discordance gen up in the top side of the map, but Leonidas does not actually make it in time, and they do actually get the win con on the survivor side.
That's going to be a win con for the survivors, and that means this set is going to Falcons. Well played by their killer, even better played by their survivors. Just Chase is going to the right spots and splitting on the generators at the right time, doubling at the right time, and the killer just gets unfortunately swamped in pressure. Couldn't match it. But we'll play this out, see how we can see what kind of set these survivors can finish on. Leonidas kind of struggling to get the collision there.
Yeah, that light collision can be a real bother on some of these Mac tiles, but we are going to see a pallet break here onto our Ace. Ace is going to be taking the chase still down here on the bottom side, while another top side generator pops. So their macro continues to be very, very good. Meanwhile, the Steve is still hanging here on the hook, going to be... Ooh, we actually do catch the cross here. Leonidas not quite able to get the body block, is going to try to get it to where he does not... Oh, but the trade does come through.
Boone is able to get a trade here. Steve is going to be taking chase towards Shaq. It's going to be... Oh, but we do see an Unbreakable out of the Ace.
Yeah, that was either an Unbreakable or a pretty well-timed reset. Leonidas going to break the Shaq pallet in continued pursuit of Steve. Steve is dead on hook, and Leonidas is going to be playing this forward, but they do get a gen done, so that was, in fact, an Unbreakable.
Just crazy gen pressure. That Nia was working a topside gen the whole time that was happening. So Baboon knew Ace had an Unbreakable, went to go grab pressure against away from the killer and go force a trade. That just bought time for our boy Steve here to juice up that Shaq and allow Nia to pop the gen. And now we have a situation where we have 2 injured, 1 healthy, and 2 very, very spread apart gates. It's probably going to be a situation where these survivors are resetting, and maybe our Blight is a little savvy to that. Knows there's something fishy going on in the gate, and he does find our Nia here.
Good tag through the pallet. Going to be continuing the chase towards main. And our Blight player is going to be playing this tile. Ooh, this is a very tricky tile to play. It's a 50-50, and
oh, but the
live. The live actually gives Nia the distance that she needs to get out. She makes the window. The collision not quite in Leonidas' favor. And now Nia is going to be running towards the middle of the map, going to be trying to force out. Ooh, another 50-51.
This
Nia is playing
great
so
patience.
Ooh, fakes the vault, and Leonidas kind of falls for it, giving Nia even more distance. She might make Shaq here. Leonidas lagging out, or...
Oh,
Uh-oh.
unfortunate. Just kind of doing a side stroke, hanging out, you know, whatever. Well, either way, no matter the ending of this match, amazingly played by the survivors. A little bit of an unfortunate end for the Blight, but we'll have to see how they come back in the next set. You'll have to join us for Singularity on a Suffocation Pit. And that is first set win going to Falcons. Welcome back. We just came off of a Falcons win on the Blight set, but now we are in Eunoia's domain. They chose Singularity, and Leonidas is going to be up again, killing for Eunoia. Going up against Falcons on Suffocation Pit on the Singularity killer. Gonna see how he returns back. The survivors for Falcons put up a really good result and a good showing. So I can't imagine they'll struggle too much on this killer either. But I'm interested to see why Eunoia picked this and how confident they are in it. Gotta be finding someone at main. It doesn't look like Leonidas is too interested in taking it. Watching the cross really well with the cameras. That's one thing you can do with Singularity on this set, is really just mark the map, see everything that's happening, even the deep little corners.
Yeah, that is going to be a chase here onto Jake, though, tagging him up pretty quickly into the chase. We have to wonder if his teammates are nearby with an EMP. The pallet is going to be dropped, though, and that's going to be a very fast break, and Leonidas is actually going to get off the chase and try to pod up this Nia here. Nia is going to eat a pod, and let's see if she eats a tag as well. Kind of far away from this pallet, and that is going to be a tag. And now we see Leonidas continue the chase, not quite getting the follow-up, but actually gets the teleport here. But Nia
is
uses Lithe.
able to Lithe bot side, not die top side in the gen lock. That is huge, and we have a chase on Bill here.
Ooh, does not quite get the lunge. Instead, might have misclicked there, got a short swing. But we do actually pod up the Bill, and that's 3 pods, which is going to extend that overdrive to a very incredible lane. We are going to see the lunge through, but it does not quite land. Bill playing this tile very safely, but is going to eat a tag instead and start to run back towards the top side where the corrupted generators are. We are going to see a teleport as well with the Soma family photo. This is going to be a very quick Singularity, and this overdrive is just so long with 4 pods on the map. We're going to see another teleport, but the build does manage to drop the pallet. And even more teleports coming through. Another pallet is found, but we do find the resetting survivors who have not been working on generators. Another chase into main here. And okay, we do see the down through the window. And that is going to be our first down, but it is a pallet. We don't see a pallet save.
No pallet save. Yeah, Baboon really just kind of took it and ran with it, even through all the pods, without an EMP to help him. Still had a fairly decent chase, but look what this has done for the survivor side. There were 4 people marked, now just 1 on the board. So Singularity's got to go through all that effort to mark them again, and make sure he's reset his cross, make sure his cameras are in order. Such a fast-paced set. I love all the teleports that happen, all the little micro things that happen. Such a high actions per minute killer. You know, really detailed. Takes a lot of forethought to kind of play him correctly, and so now we're seeing maybe a swap to the genlock being topside, away from the bot side as we originally were thinking. But you got to remember, there's a lot of resources down here, and this whole time he's pressuring survivors, marking them with pods, watching the crosses. Luke does come in here for a trade. He's gonna take it, and we'll have to see if our killer tries to tow for tunnel out. No, it looks like he wants to just hold this genlock topside. Very content with holding its hooks up here. You gotta remember, each hit is sloppy butchers, so these tags don't necessarily mean nothing.
Yeah, as well as that trade did in fact give us a second pain res, and Leonidas is just stalling out the generators for so long. We're still here at 5 generators. Leonidas doing a pretty good job in chase so far. And playing this really well, going to be holding this top side, using the cameras to kind of hold cross and look out for anyone sneaking around for the potential save onto the ace. And we did see a trade come through last second. I wonder if the survivors are going to be cranking and trying that again later on. We do see a generator popping, 2 generators popping down here on the bottom side. And now we have to wonder what they're going to do with these generators in very close proximity up here top.
Quite a tight gen spread up here on the top side with the main building on Suffocation Pit, as per usual. And it looks like our Singularity has it potted up quite heavily. It's going to be hard for them to sneak in here. He does find a tag on Nia, getting her marked on the camera. And Ace is going to go second. So we have a death hook on Ace. So now it's kind of the job of the survivors to either commit to getting Ace off this hook and getting him bot side, or letting him die and cranking.
Yeah, we are going to see more pods coming through from Leonidas onto the survivors. Going to find a teleport here onto the Jake. Jake has this pallet here, but it's not very strong. But Leonidas is actually going to fake the chase here and go back to pressuring this hook. So just kind of keeping Jake busy while the hook timer ticks down, I believe.
Seemingly super scared of a pull here. He really wants to confirm this death, or at least get a trade out of it. Gotta remember, this is a pain res hook, as you commented earlier, so any trade here does mean a lot. Baboon is still injured. They didn't care about resetting him. They probably just had him work the safe gen up there at bot side. And so this is probably looking like a death on Ace here. And that missile check is gonna send him to the grave. We have a death here at 2 gens in the top side gen lock of Suffocation Pit. Not looking great.
Leonidas still has this 3 gen up here. Is going to be finding the tag through the pallet using the overdrive. No, overcharge. Overdrive is Billy. But he's going to continue the chase here down towards the bottom side of the map. Does not quite get the lunge yet again. He's actually going to drop because of it.
Interesting little interaction there. I wonder if there was any sort of ping issue or something, but all good. He is able to interrupt the double on the gen over here at 3. Stop that from popping. He's going to have to be super careful on this. And the survivors, you can see, they just got rid of their marks. Looks like they're going to be resetting, and it's the job of Leonidas here to find that reset.
Yeah, he really wants this reset because it's the only thing keeping this generator from popping, is keeping these survivors busy. Is actually going to find 2 survivors. The Bill is healthy, and he's going to pod up Nia, going to be extending that overcharge even more. We are going to see the lunge to the pallet, but Bill is not going to drop it. Playing this tile extremely well, going to be very patient here, but actually runs into Leonidas' arms and is going to take a tag. That's going to be all 3 survivors injured with Sloppy.
Oh, but he's back in the bot side.
Yeah, he's running up towards these top generators. Leonidas is kind of scared of this 3 gen popping, though. Is instead going to go back towards looking for the reset, actually. Ooh, but finds the injured Bill up on a gen here.
Reset did just come in on Jake. He's alone up here. And that is a death in the top side. Not great. This is really a big turning point for the Singularity here. I mean, this is exactly what he was looking for, and looks like he got what he wanted. You know, there's a lot of pressure on that gen at 3 over there, but you have a hook right here. You have all your crosses mapped out. This guy is in a really comfy spot. It's going to be hard for them to break this.
Yeah, the survivor's just not able to break that 3 gen early on due to the hook positioning at the start. And it's going to cost them in the long run because Leonidas is playing this macro extremely well. Both of the healthy survivors that are up are kind of caught here on the crossover. And they're also potted up, which makes Leonidas' chase potential on them extremely strong. We are going to see Jake try to run through towards the unhook. But Leonidas is kind of scared of Nia coming through if he commits to this chase. He's instead just going to keep the survivors busy. Going to be playing the cameras, but Nia comes through at the last second. Very good pull while Leonidas was in cameras and slowed down from the anti-clamp mechanic. And that is going to be a quick down, though, still up here towards the top side of the map.
Leonidas so savvy with what was happening. You could see he was really reluctant to take that bait from the Jake. Very, very just cerebral in what he's doing here. You know, you can see everything he's doing, it's intentional. He knows where the survivors are. He's mapping out their locations, keeping them on keeping tabs on them. And now it's kind of the Jake's job to put pressure on him, so he has to rotate away from this hook. I mean, we have an injured Bill, so this hook is, he can't just walk in all nilly-willy and do what he wants. He just got to play this very careful. So I imagine Jake's going to be doing his best to pull away the Singularity from that hook, but that's a pop coming through. Not much pressure. It's Tyro. This is gonna be really hard to get anything better than 4K2.
Yeah, the survivors are in such a dire situation. We are going to find the Jake over here on the edge of the map, and that's going to be a very quick tag using the power of the teleport here. Singularity going to be chasing Jake here through main, but Jake manages to EMP the pod away. But with all the pods up here on the top side of the map, it's probably likely that our Singularity is going to get yet another pod up. That's going to be yet another teleport, and Jake is going to be playing this pallet.
Oh.
Ooh.
That Soma family photo, I believe it is. I'm not too savvy on those. That speed really does change these chases. And that's a double reset happening on the survivors, so we know there was no progress happening on that gen over there forward at 3. You gotta wonder, was that worth it, or would it have been worth it to double the gen there? You know, it's gonna be extremely hard to. It's just looking to me like top side hook after top side hook.
Yeah, lots of these deaths are just going in the wrong side of the map, and it's causing Leonidas to have so much pressure over the generators here. Because they're so close in proximity, just the death spots this game have been unfortunate for the survivor side, and Leonidas has done such a good job of capitalizing on that. We are going to see Leonidas, though, continue to hold these generators, going back as far into the map just to see if someone's sneaking some progress. But is not going to find anyone, and it looks like Jake is just going to be hanging here on the hook.
Playing it very cautiously. He's really worried about a secret pull coming in there. Does find Nia at this tile at 3. This might be a chase and a tag.
Very good zoning from Leonidas to get Nia to come back towards the top side of the map. Nia kind of caught out of position because of it, and that's going to be a chase. Now commencing towards the bottom side. Leonidas is going to want to get something very quick off, though. A very good use of the teleport here through the window, and that is going to be a down.
Oh, very rapid down from our Singularity player here. Just great use of the teleport and the Soma family photo. Just a lot of value from that. And he's just going to say, screw it, I'm hooking here. I want to get right back in on the action, and I can't say that's particularly a bad choice. I agree with it. He's going to be finding the survivors down here. We do know there are some survivors lingering down in this top side. So, oh, but this is an injured Jake.
Yeah, that is going to be a kick onto the gen before this chase commences. We're going to see a pod down on the Jake, giving Leonidas some stronger chase here around this tile. Jake going to be making the vault, but the vault speed from the overcharge is going to give Leonidas very much room to catch up. We are not going to see another pallet. Jake is just going to try to force the down here. Leonidas kind of hesitant to take it at first. Might be scared that another gen is being worked on, and that's exactly what they want.
Whole time, Baboon has been unchecked. Baboon on the bill here might be able to pull his team through. Let's see how much gen progress there is.
We do not actually see anyone working the generators on the cams.
And Nia is going to be dead for good. But we're wondering, where is this bill?
This generator does have a lot of progress here.
Now, in this situation, you know, you have Jake slugged. Bill is healthy, so he can at least hide a little bit better, but I don't think there's any chance they're getting another gen. I think if this was the survivors, we're probably looking for a hatch escape or some sort of stealth play going on. Who knows, maybe even a trauma tech. But what Bill does have against him is this place is littered with cameras. I mean, try escaping a Singularity. You know, he wins the gates every time, right? So it's gonna have to be hatch or bust.
Yeah, very good preemptive camera placement from our Singularity. We do see that Jake is kind of hovering the hatch himself. He's going to be picked up though, and I think we're going to see what Baboon chooses to do here on the bill.
Leonidas seemingly confident on the gates play here. He doesn't mind letting Jake die here. And Maybe there's some grand play that I haven't expected coming, but it's looking pretty over. Just gonna do one final checkup on our gens, make sure there's no cheeky gen progress happening. You know, I'm wondering, he hasn't checked that gen over at 1 in a while. I wonder if there's any secret generator progress. Not finding anything yet. Baboon really playing this slow. Actually, as a crow with how long, as a crow with how long he's been kind of stealth out here. Man's really trucking it. United's super concerned about a hatch play. Makes sense. And that is going to be Jake going to the afterlife. And a hatch close. We're going to have a gate standoff.
Yeah, gate standoffs for Singularity are extremely difficult because you can just kind of pod the gates up, and you'll have complete vision over the gates the entire time.
Bill was right on that
them.
pod though. This could, I mean, maybe he's really sending the gate with the pod. No, not even.
Ooh.
Wait,
He has
does he
progress.
get this? Does he get this? No. A good effort.
Not quite enough.
Good effort by Baboon. Very, very close. Well, I'm sure that was honestly quite close. A very, very good effort. But that is, unfortunately for the survivors on Falcons, that is going to be the end of the first match for set number 2. That's going to be a 4K2 for the killer for Eunoia. And we'll have to tune back in when we see Falcons killer play this Singularity set. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, we just watched the killer for Eunoia get a 4K2 on the Singularity. So again, another tough win con for the opposing killer side. Looking like a common theme in this matchup between these teams. You know, the first team kind of picks a killer, does really well on it, and now the other killer just kind of has to, quite frankly, work their ass off to meet that win con. So great play by Leonidas to set a good win con for his team in Eunoia. We'll have to see how the killer for Falcons plays up to match this. He sees some people, is aware of them. Not too sure if he wants to take this chase, just being real patient, trying to pot up the area. But as you can see, he sees all the cross. He has so much information right now, and looks like he's going to finally commit to a chase.
Yeah, very good teleport here from our killer. Going to be getting that tag. Claudette kind of caught out in a dead zone. Going to be using the power of the pods to maybe get a teleport across the main, but isn't going to find anyone. The tree's kind of blocking the vision there. Is going to find a pod onto Dwight though instead, and is going to be continuing to chase around the main building, or around the water tower. And that is going to be a pallet dropped, and this is a very dangerous situation with the Somo family. Fobo, I can't talk today. That is going to be some jump spots here from the Dwight, but that is not quite going to help at all.
Whoa, interrupting the reset.
Not only that, but we also get a pod onto Jake, which gives the overcharge even more time. And now, what? We have 3 survivors going to be injured here.
What is happening?
Survivors just giving tags left and right. That's going to be a teleport back onto the Dwight, who was trying to cross over towards the bottom side. We're going to see the Soma family photo here in action. Not quite going to get the hit though.
Great
Very
fake.
good play from the Dwight.
Dwight winning that 50-50 just did so much for them. Like, that would have been insane pressure if he goes down. He might still go down here though.
Yeah, Dwight's back on the top side of the map and is actually going to go down.
This is just an insane start. So many tags, so many hits, and these mean a lot of marks happening too. He knows where everyone is right now. This is an insanely rapid start for the Singularity here. Very, very hectic. We'll have to see how the survivors
put a period on that.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the survivors kind of reset here and grab their bearings. He knows where they are now, and he can just keep the pressure going. Looks like he wants to take the chase here and commit.
Ooh, good teleport here.
Doesn't quite commit to the Nancy there. Looks like he's content to just hold his pressure on the hook. He knows he has a steep win con, but with an early game like that, you can meet that. And looks like he just wants to hold a topside gen lock here, so we're going to be potting up the whole place, covering all our exits, all our rotations. And it's, man, the survivors have a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, that we do see some resets coming through, but that was through the sloppy butcher. I don't think the time, you know, ran its course for the hemorrhage to go away just yet. So that is just going to be a lot of time bought for this hook, and that's actually going to be a second stage here.
Those resets are costing. That is a second stage on the Dwight, and that means we have a Dwight pretty much dead at 5 gens. I mean, this is just the start has been so rapid for this for the Singularity, and they've got to make something happen here. It looks like this is going to be a trade, but no, Nancy decommits, takes the hit, and goes back to bot side. And our Singularity is very content to just keep holding this cross. And I have to wonder, where is their gen pressure? They've just been resetting. It's wow, what a rapid start.
Yeah, it's very risky to go for a save with a pod on anyway, because of how fast the tags can happen, like we just saw. The survivors not getting EMPs just yet, and they're probably just going to be slamming gens, I would hope. We are actually going to see Claudette here
Jake
on
was,
this generator.
Claudette? Oh, that's a Claudette. Claudette's stealthing actually a topside gen, trying to make sure this gen lock breaks for a death, but this is a death at 5 gens, Tyro. They didn't even get a single gen done for this. Just such a fast-paced
caught out here as well.
Teleport on the Claudette. This is going to be a commit. She is injured here.
Ooh, and Claudette doesn't run towards the windows, instead going to run towards the edge map, and that is going to be a down, and that's 1 gen popping finally on the bottom side of the map. But our killer still has this gen lock up here at the top side, and is going to be trying to get a hook over here. It might be a pain res, which should help with the generator here at main. We don't actually see a pain res coming through, which means that main generator is going to have so much progress. And rather than being able to spread out regression on a multitude of gens, our killer's going to have to kick this top gen. But at the same time, it does look like a gen popped off in the distance, which is very good for our survivors after that start.
You know, it isn't over, because they do have quite a lot of progress on this top side 12 gen, but it is next to the hook. You know, if you're the survivors here, you just take a breather, don't tilt, get your reset, play it slow, maybe put pressure on that gen at 3. I mean, you do have 2 mid-map gens here, so you can still meet at least the Tycon or possibly double pressure and get win con. You know, you just force the Singularity to make a decision to give up the hook or force a gen to be lost. But I mean, look at him, he's watching all the crosses, he knows where they are, he knows the moves that are happening, he knows what's being pressured as well. Gets a tag there too, and that tag means a lot, because that means he can teleport to Nancy anytime he wants. And I just don't see how they're going to be able to make this cross. It's going to have to be a trade.
Nancy's trying to get some progress on the hook, but is actually just going to take a tag and walk away. And this could be a very fast down. Remember, we have the Soma family photo in play. We do see an EMP coming through, maybe by a teammate nearby. I didn't actually see Nancy's hands there.
Jake's stuck, zoned at this Ormond tile, just suffocated by all these pods placed around. And the Singularity is just relentless with his pressure right now. You can see he's doing so many things at once. He's proxying the hook, controlling the gen so he can't work the gen, tagging Nancy, and making sure she's both injured at the same time. Like, they can't move. They're not allowed to.
Yeah, he's holding this cross phenomenally, and that's also just limiting their gen pressure. Remember, they just need 1 more generator to pop for the tie condition.
And this is kind of a specialty of Singularity. I mean, what other killer does this, that just has this much consistent pressure against survivors? You know, maybe Blight with his mobility, but constantly making the survivors have to dip in and out of LOS? I mean, this is, I don't even think Paris could hold a gen lock like this.
Yeah, that's very impressive pressure being put out by our killer here.
That is a death, another death at 3, so we're down to 2 survivors at 3 gens, and one of them is injured. That is a reset, though.
Ooh, we find our resetting survivors, though, and that's going to be even more pod tags onto the survivors, getting both of them podded up, and that's going to extend the length of the overcharge once again. And this is going to be a very interesting pallet played here from Nancy. Nancy going to be greeting this over and over, not trying to give the break animation. That is going to be the break, but that's what you want in the Singularity chase. You do not want to give a tag through the pallet. Ooh, Nancy not going for the vault, instead going to get tagged and run back towards the bottom side of the map. Does have a pallet here, which our Singularity is going to have to play around. Might see a fast break here, might see a play for the pallet break with the teleport. Instead, Nancy's going to be running around this filler,
Great
winning
fake.
the 50-50, doing a very good job with these fakes.
Another
Again,
fake!
Nancy buying so much time here. This could be, oh my gosh, a third fake coming through. And this could be just the time that our killer needs, or our survivors need.
She's insane!
Nancy finally going for the vault. And that is going to be a down, but that bought so much time. You have to wonder if Jake was on a generator during that chase, able
Jake
to
gonna
get the progress.
Is he gonna get Tycon? No!
Jake was not on a generator.
Oh no!
Or if he was not on one long enough to get that tie condition.
Maybe this is a really tight pre-stealth, you know? I mean, this could be a really early rotation. It was a deep gen he was working on, probably a gen over here at 10 maybe, or 12. But, wow, what a chase from the Nancy. I mean, someone's been grinding their ladder ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was an impressive chase by the Nancy. But we do see the unhook come through from the Jake, and it looks like they're going to be resetting here on the bottom side. That's going to be a very little pressure gained on these generators, and again, the survivors just need one generator, one good chase, and one generator popping.
It's just full desperation mode for these survivors, and they're marked on top of the reset too. How are they gonna get out of this? I mean, you need a juice or chase. That's your last shot. You need a juice. You need a juice.
Our Singularity player going to be using the pods here on the outskirts of the map, just trying to pod up all the players.
Great
Jake
stun.
and Nancy both have a pod up, and that's going to be Jake trying to
Smash
get as
hit.
much distance away. Using the smash hit, going to be making this pallet, Jim. The hit not coming through the pallet. And now we see Jake going to be running up towards this tile, this Ormond tile. Can he make the vault in time? A very good fake from our killer. Reading the quick and quiet vault, going to be attacked through the pallet.
And this whole time, Nancy's been stuck at bot side injured. You have to wonder, I mean, I don't think she's been working a gen during this whole time. This is just Jake buying time for basically fractions of a gen. I mean, this is a tough spot. Looks like he's going to be going down here right at the 12 side of top, and our Singularity is going to take the hook and say, you know what? Fight me. I got 3 gens. I don't need to slug.
Yeah, our Singularity doing a very good job in these chases. These survivors have been pushing back though, very, very well played. But again, that gen pressure that is needed is just not there. We don't know where Nancy is. We don't know what she's possibly doing. Is she working a generator? Is it about to pop in our Singularity player's face? We're unsure.
No progress there on 10.
Any.
Nothing on mid, and, well, it's looking pretty quiet. Like a lot of crickets up on the bot side as well. Where is this Nancy? You know, if I was the survivors, I would probably, I mean, at this point, it's another situation where it's going to be hard to get a gen pop here. So maybe you buy your time and play for an out. It's the best you can do. But even if you get an out, what's that? A Tycon?
Not even, because it's the DBDL rule set, I believe.
Oh, it's generators first, isn't it?
Yeah, generators first. So that would just be the win for Falcons.
So no matter what, Eunoia survivors have to pressure a gen here. Something has to crumble. And the killer for Falcons he's quite aware and very patient in letting these gens tick down. We do see the pull from Nancy, so there is a potential for a reset. And, you know, like you said, the only chance they come back is, you know, someone pops off and chase. But we've seen this Nancy do it. Maybe can she do it again?
Nancy going to be making this Ormond tile, very patient on the throw. A swing and a miss from our killer as Nancy greets the pallet, is going to be chasing into the tile, but there's nothing here for her to use, and that's going to be another quick down. Dying in front of this locker. I'm not going to see a save of any kind here. Our Singularity is going to take the hook here in the middle of the map. That is second stage, giving our player incredible amount of time to walk towards the shack and pressure that hatch if they need be.
What an utter domination by the Singularity. I mean, he had such a great start with all those tags, all that pressure, and then he just kept the pressure. I mean, he would not let them reset. It was just, he was, you know, like white on rice is what my dad would say. So very, very intense on the pressure, not letting them get any breathing room. And, I mean, yeah, this is going to be a win for Falcons on the Singularity set. So good effort from our survivors at Eunoia, but unless Jake is able to get a Tycon gen pop here, well, looks like it's going to be a GG.
Very interesting. Our Singularity didn't want to close the hatch. I mean, I guess he might realize the win con being what it is, that the generator needs to pop, and so the escape doesn't matter too much. But,
found our Jake.
yeah, we actually do find our survivor up here towards the door, and because the hatch isn't closed, it didn't give our Jake enough time to start opening the door because the doors aren't able to be open right now, and that kind of caught Jake off guard, meaning him being caught out by the door. So very good play from our killer here to try to bait that out, and good map knowledge.
What a great result from the killer. I mean, I gotta say, the killer for Eunoia played lights out as well. I mean, I think both these killers had amazing macro. They played the map amazingly. They made this killer look very strong, and that is not easy to do as an M1. So, great play by the Singularities tonight. That is gonna be the set win for Falcons versus Eunoia. And yeah, thank you for watching.
We might see the tiebreaker as well, so do stay tuned, and we have another match afterwards if that one happens or not. So again, continue to support us and keep watching, and thank you all.
All right, welcome everybody to the Grindhouse Scrims. I'm your caster for today, HellsTacoTruck, otherwise known as Taco. Or Hells, you call me Truck and I'll just block and ban you out of my tournament. You're fine. We're here on our... Looks like for right now, we have a little bit of Cenobite going on right now from... We're just going to call him Swan. Fuck it. Because I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, all right? And our survivor end, it looks like we have Anyanka, TTV, LMTL, Zilla, and Lilana.
You summoned
I
me.
apologize for mispronouncing anyone's name. I'm dyslexic as hell.
I came.
You know, makes reading things exciting. It's new every time you read it. Looks like we have a little bit of chase going around. Fun bus with the chains going through. Will he get that hit? He does not. But he does go. But our survivor, I think that is Lilana, does get over to a main tile, dropping pallet behind him. They go around the long edge. The Cenobite zoning him over to a side where he can more easily get him cornered. Lilana now just holding at that main tile, moving over towards a new one, trying to get to a safe position where they have another. Well, they have another pallet, but they're not able to get that much distance because of the chains. And there's the tap on the back. CZ. Yeah. Downs them over in at a filler tile over in the corner. They do the other team does manage to get another one gen. Will there be a second one? Find out. There it is. All right. That was a good 2-gen chase. Maybe a third one popping here pretty soon. It's a tough call. They may have doubled up on one of the gens. If it were me, I would have tripled the center gen, but what do I know? I'm just a taco.
You summoned me. I came.
You summoned me. I came. No, in the movie, he never says that. Like, at all. So you gotta wonder why they, like, Look, I don't know. At any rate. That looks like that was a pretty fast down. You hate to see it when people get a good old double tap, but when you don't have anything to work with, you don't have anything to work with. I mean, it happens. It's DBD, right? Like you're running around and trying to, you know, find something. You don't know what's going on. You're running confused. In comes Cenobite, double tapping that ass. Boy, howdy. We have CZ still moving around, patrolling gens. Right now, the center gen is a hard 3 gen right now. So for them to break, basically to get rid of any 3 gen, they're gonna have to break that center gen, right? Otherwise, center gen just basically connects everything. Like that'd be, if it were me, and this is just me, I would prioritize that gen. But again, what do I know? I'm just a taco. All I know is how to be delicious as fuck. That's all I know. People ask me all the time when I put in status, what is doing taco shit except getting eaten? I'm looking delicious, that's what. We have CZ now moving over through main building, or Killer Shack. The focus of attention. It's gonna be a really difficult time for them to get that gen done now that he's through that. Center gen, always the priority that needs to get done quickly to be the first gen to go. Otherwise, it makes endgame very difficult. But it looks like CZ is still in chase with Lilana. Lilana being a good old juicer, giving out that Sunny D, helping this killer with their vitamin D deficiency, giving them the big D, the juice. I feel like this is going a way that I didn't anticipate or want, and I'm very happy. My upcoming co-caster is muted because there would have been comments to be had. But CZ is now, so it looks like our Cenobite is patrolling through. So far, the only perks that we have seen are Corrupt Intervention, a Scorchhook, Pain Resonant. Oh, wait. You guys can see all the perks. I forget. Oh, man. Well, I mean, now that it's out there, I mean that last perk on the end of the match is gonna definitely make this interesting. I would be super suspicious if I were Gisted, because he has not chased her at all. There's another gen, and there is our double tap buddy. Oh no, he's got some. He got caught playing with the no-no square, and now he is going to be punished for it. Down it goes.
Now you must come with me.
Now you must come with me. Gotta love it. Now you gotta wonder, does he mean like come along with him, or you know what I'm getting at. The adults in the room know what I'm getting at. That's not going to be many of you, but the adults know. They know. But we have CZ, or Cenobite, now moving over towards the side. And did he find his target? He does. Just in trouble if he gets down. Is that? Yeah, that is. It just was running weird. Almost looked like a Claudette. Ooh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. This is the best part. Honestly, the best more, in my opinion. Right next to Trapper. All right, everybody. That is going to be the end of this set. We're going to swap over so that way the current survivor team can kill. Stay tuned as we change things over. I'm again HellsTacoTruck, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Grindhouse Scrims. I'm your caster, HellsTacoTruck, or Taco or Hells. I swear to God, you call me Truck, and it's over. Over between us. But I am also joined today with the co-caster, Ali Live, the creator of the famous Palitech. How are you, Pally?
Not too bad. How you doing, Truck?
I swear to God, I will kick. You want to cast in finals? Keep that in mind.
What are you gonna do about it?
I swear to God, I will ban you so fast.
Admit it, you need me.
I need you like a fucking lobster needs hot butter.
Thank you. Now I'm hungry.
Not from the person side of you, but yes. We are here with, I believe I heard the team names were Limitless and Denial. I think at the moment we have Limitless killing Callie. I didn't even know Callie played, like, to be honest. Like it blew my tiny little taco mind, but here we are.
It would
She's
be right
actually,
if you were a burrito.
I know, right? I would be less surprised if I were a burrito, but we have, looks like Denial survivors, Pluza, Heart Angel, Stack, the EZ, or CZ. I don't know. I'm not even gonna pronounce his name. Like we're just calling him Swa. Swa and Angel Heart Zeus. Look, I don't what. It's just a series of letters, all right? And I choose to go by Swa.
What do you mean?
The survivor name.
One on the
CZEOU.
It's clearly Zeus.
And look, that is not how I see that.
You can literally. Oh my God. I hope they're not paying me money to cast. Can't even read a name. This guy.
That is exactly. Look, it is not a secret that I get everyone's name wrong.
That's true.
Everybody knows it.
Live, and
I just thought your name was Polymorph. Like I was just like, God damn, he just must be really into this kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yep, we're going for the Palitech.
Palitech is real. The Palitech is life.
Does he get it though? Because he gets around that. No, he does not. There was mind games to be had.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, a mind gamer for that long, because the mind gamer will mind game around the mind game.
You knocked that off right now.
No, and then.
This map reminds me a lot of that My Little Oni game mode.
Look, I thought you were honestly gonna say My Little Pony. I was like, wait.
I honestly think I would love a version of this map without Jack, but ironically.
It would take away all the killer power. Because the main power is if they don't get the center gen in Shaq, it would be a lot. I'd like to say it would be more survivor sided. But because there's a gen right in the dead center, it makes it really easy for the killer to get a 3 gen or make it difficult.
I said remove Shaq. I never said remove the gen in Shaq.
Well, I guess that's a good point.
Of course, that's unrealistic. If you remove Shaq, you remove a lot from the game.
Yep. Oh man.
Lou Haddonfield in competitive gameplay. It's might actually be doable.
Okay, I guess that's his name. Look, we're gonna have to get a touch bases with him at some point, and he'll tell me his name. If it's Zeus, then,
I mean, there's an Angel Heart Zeus, and then there's one with Zeus in their name. I would assume. I mean.
Yeah, I just. Maybe. I could see that now. But there's no Zeus Heart Angel.
No. Why does there have to be?
I guess it's just not. I guess it's not reciprocated. I don't know. I guess it doesn't have to be.
It's like how your name is HellsTacoTruck loves Pally, but I don't put Pally loves Hell's
Whoa,
Taco
whoa,
Truck.
whoa, 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 whoa. Only one person I put the part in their name in, and that was Maka, right?
True, but Maka doesn't
Oh,
do that on you. Maka doesn't say Maka loves Hell's Taco Truck either. So
No, well, yeah, yeah, like, we're not gonna argue that.
that's right.
I might put HellsTacoTruck
I'm
Heart
saying
and off.
nobody loves you, Taco.
A fucking bitch! No one loves me. Just put my HellsTacoTruck Heart and Nos for a while and see if she puts it in her
I
name.
think it's
don't
worth
know.
noting. We have 4 hooks at 3 gens. Someone's already dead. I think Callie's in a good spot here.
Callie's sitting nice and cool. But survivors have done center gen. So if this chase if Stack can stack on this chase, they might be able to get somewhere. I don't know. They've already gotten rid of the threat. Or no, did they spawn even a 3-gen? Yeah, there is. So, I mean,
And they hit
you
second stage.
Oh, he almost went down right
Both
there.
people are over on this side of the map. We just saw them. Now, if I'm Callie here, I want to cut off that
Good
save.
suffering.
No. Save your tears. I love this killer. Oh man, Stack getting Angel, who apparently hearts Zeus. This is the gossip of DBD, the DBD community. Uh-oh.
Mother of God.
Nope. Oh.
We're going to get a hit on Dwight here, I think. Oh, maybe not.
Yep.
No, we get a hit on Dwight. The instant drop. Okay.
I mean, you
basically
have
cheating.
to.
I'm kidding, of course.
He had no
pallets,
pull.
Dropping pallets in this climate, in this economy. We're already exporting our wood to other countries? Come on.
Ah, come on. Took it too far there, Pally. Took it too far.
I'm Canadian, so that's like doubly true for us.
Yes, it is.
You Americans have all our good wood.
We have all. Oh,
That's not
Angel
a
goes
penis joke.
down.
You knock it off right now.
No.
Am I allowed to say that here?
I don't
We'll
know.
ask
I don't
later.
know. We're just gonna go with
We'll
it.
clear that
We're
later.
good. We're good with making good, clean penis, family
You
friendly
can edit the
penis
live stream
jokes.
and post.
Oh, there we go. God knows, I don't even edit my own videos.
Oh yeah, believe me, we know.
Oh man, Callie. Looks like they're gonna secure their 3K or 4K. Excuse
Thank
me.
you very much.
Oh, I mean, you never know. One of them might wiggle or get out by hatch.
Numbers are hard.
They are hard.
That was a good attempt at a dodge.
There's the down.
nodders.
There's the
We got
nodders.
nodders here.
Callie giving the nodders. Let's go. We've got confirmed nodders.
Yep. Toxic nodders.
Love it. Love it. Oh man. There was a good try at getting hatch.
I believe Claudette's dead, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Bo.
Well, Angel Loves Zeus is back with Zeus. So there we go.
Then we couldn't leave them separated for that long, okay? Luza following after Angel, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
please.
Luza and Angel.
No tears. They are a waste of good suffering.
Oh please, no.
Well, that's why you have to
tears.
collect the tears.
I know, right, bro? Like you could just be holding them and saving them for later. Well, now we're just awkwardly waiting for them to progress.
Is it against the rules to say please die?
Yes, I think it actually is.
Okay. I was asking, I wasn't actually saying it.
Well, I know, yeah. That's good. Good question. Good question.
Alexi's never going to let me cast again.
I don't know, maybe. With that being said, everybody, we're gonna go on a short break here and swap sets. Welcome back, everybody, to the Twisted Tournament. Womp womp. Welcome back, everybody,
What the
to
hell,
the
man?
Grindhouse Scrims. What? Whoa! Look, calm down. We are joined here today by Pally Live. Fucking had a taco brain fart.
Hey, you know who would make this guy right here?
What? Alexia? FM? Maybe? I don't know.
Them too?
In fairness, my brain was in managed democracy and had to come back. Had to come back down.
Yes, the old slinging Cadillacs. Let's go.
Fucking fridges flying to survivors.
It's true, you know.
Yep. She's throwing the whole damn sink.
Wow.
You'd be lucky if you don't get hit when you go
If that
around
had
the
hit
wall.
me, I would be malding. My entire desk would be flipped.
I believe right
I'd be
now.
tantruming just like that Huntress is right now. After getting stunned.
We have Limitless currently on Killer, I believe. Jackknife.
Plus 100 Dwight. There we go.
Yep, and Denial, not denying Limitless that hit.
I see what you did there.
I know you. I'm glad. I left it out there to be got.
Oh yeah. We have the Gen Rush coming here, so it's pretty toxic. As you know.
I mean, it's Bunny Mommy. I like. She had it coming.
It's true. It's true. Honestly, y'all know I'm not. Well, you know, people here might not know I'm not a big fan of Huntress.
My dog doesn't like
I'll
Huntress
say
too.
something
So.
very not PG right now against what I was told to say, and I will say that I would rather versus Skull Merchant.
How dare you?
Yep. Now
How
I'm never gonna get asked to
dare
cast
you.
here again. Yeah.
Goddamn right. You're no longer my co-caster. Get the.
Yep.
How dare you bring that name into this hallowed ground?
Only
Only thing she's good at. Only thing she's useful. No. What are we fucking? Like a fucking religion here? Is that what you want? The cult of taco?
We're not a religion.
I mean, for tax purposes, yes, but. There's the hit. Jackknife getting hit around the corner. And he makes sure to dodge that car.
Yep.
Yeah, like she could throw a fucking hatchet across the map and
I was
still
gonna say,
hit
he
you.
was running towards the garbage truck. Huntress could have thrown that hatchet at Shaq, and it still probably would have hit him if it was me.
Yeah. There's no missing you.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying you're a giant fucking target.
What are you trying to say?
I said what I said.
Okay, truck. I see how it is.
You're just cruising to be banned, I swear to God.
Well, I'm cruising like a truck. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh, yeah, you could cruise like a truck all you want. We got a dry kick there, and looks like there's nope.
Yeah,
But we'll have.
I don't dry kick my gens. I make sure to kick my gens only when they're wet. That's just me personally.
I mean, we can't all have wet gens. I mean, they don't get wet when, you know, a lot of us come around.
Whoa. PG.
That is PG-13, okay? We're pushing PG-13.
What is wrong with you?
Everything.
Yeah, where do we start?
So my psychiatrist says, I swear to God, I will fucking ban you right now. Don't think I won't.
I can tell Alexi's not a fan of wet gens.
I don't know. I've never asked. But, I don't know. They get pretty dry when I come around and, you know.
Yep. The gens and me both. But, you know, it is what it is.
You just gotta play it like you see him. I'm not gonna lie, I would have shit myself had they hit that.
Oh yeah, no, I probably would have raged for that person.
Yep. Look, all I know is I just got to make sure not to wake up my dog because he starts barking his head off every time we see Huntress play.
Woof. I'm with your dog on this one.
My dog hates Huntress. Anytime they're on the screen, it just barks.
Oh, that hurts. Me and your dog are basically Elmer Fudd. We're hunting wabbits.
That's exactly. There's a hit. Stack.
It just occurred to me. Does anyone not in our generation actually know who Elmer Fudd is?
I don't know. That's a good question. We'll have to have Alexi and we'll have to ask Alexi and FM if they know who Elmer Fudd is.
Yeah.
Alexi, apparently, they do. All right. Alexi is who the f is Elmer Fudd? Flood.
Elmer Fudd?
I don't know who Elmer Flood is, but
I don't
Elmer
know who
Fudd.
Elmer Fudd is. Elmer Fudd. Bugs Bunny? Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Look, if you know,
we're talking to the SpongeBob generation here, bud.
Whoa, 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 whoa! We don't talk bad about SpongeBob.
I didn't talk bad about SpongeBob. You know, he lives in a pineapple under the sea, doing his thing.
Pineapple.
Elmer Fudd, that's my boy right there.
What I would have done to been in the fucking drawing room when they were talking about
hunting wabbits.
Looks like we got the one kill as that guy. Now they know.
Next you're gonna tell me you don't know who Yosemite Sam is.
Yeah. I remember riding that ride when Yosemite Sam mine in Six Flags in Texas. Oh God. Good old times. Will Angel make it out of here, or will she become a real angel? Oh, she got a no shot and throw through the hat. That being said, everybody, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned here at the Grindhouse Scrims as we swap over. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Grindhouse Scrims. I'm HellsTacoTruck, joined by Pally Live.
You got the name?
Let me finish cooking.
No. I don't like the smell of what you're cooking. No,
look, you're going to have to... We have Huntress, I believe, Denial versus Limitless Survivors, Anya, Lilana, Gisted, and Zilla. And that hatchet hit!
It's funny you mention that, because denial is the feeling I get when I verse any Huntress.
Yep, we're in denial about the fucking fact that she could hit us.
For some reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, he was across the wall, DBD. And down they go. That is a little bit rough. Lavana looking to punish Limitless for picking Huntress. Can't blame him. Oh, no, something spoopy is gone.
You hate to see it. But more than that, you love to see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still Huntress. I'm generally 99% of the time a killer main. Like, I love killer, I back him, I make everything killer sided. How the fuck did that hit? What do we have going on here? Oh, they're running Babushka. God, that's why.
Yeah, I got your Babushka right here.
Bro, they got Babushka and Roseroot. This is gonna happen a lot this match.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. I shit myself.
Oh, that's not very PG of you.
FM, I'm gonna have to change my underwear after this. I'm sorry. I saw that happen and it just did not go over well there.
Nope.
Yeah, we're gonna get banned after this. Cause man, ooh. Now that Ruin's gone,
Ruin has
be a
been ruined,
lot of. That is exactly. There are a lot of moist gens out there looking to get hit.
I don't know about that. I'm always pretty dry.
It does. It does. It's got a little moisture to it. It's a little. Just got a little bit of moist on it. Because he's got Scourge Hook Pain Resonance still.
That is true.
He's got 2. so it's not
So
wet.
if you think about it, I mean, you can secure the second stage here. You're doing good.
It really is. I'm gonna end up on DBD Twitter. Taco calling Jen's moist. Cancel. Cancel.
I'm glad you're the one that's gonna get blamed for that. Oh, she thought we didn't see, but we did. Dukin, let's go.
Ooh, Ooh, I got the double.
Oh, the double back.
Man.
We call that the Starbucks tech. Let's go.
Pollen shenanigans. Lenovo is just destroying everything, bro. Like it is a different killer than what we saw in the Cenobite set.
Oh yeah.
Like Lenovo came in here and was like, all right, guys, we're gonna change this around. Oh man, and that is a death on Lilana. Who played killer for the first match?
Oh, here's the first match. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I can't blame you for that, but actually I can and I will, and you know why and how? Very fucking carefully. That's why. It was Zeus.
Yeah.
There's 2 different killer levels. Because this killer, Lenovo, is not messing.
I'm in awe of some of the Huntress hitboxes. I just can't get over it.
This is why we hate Huntress. God.
2 tap in the air next to the survivor. We love to see it. Oh man, I gotta stop talking trash about Huntress.
We got this. Hey, look, this just reminds me a lot of my 1v1s against Maelstrom, man. Because God, I hated Huntress after that. Used to love her. I was like, oh, hey, it's cool, it's great. And then I played someone who made Babushka and Rose Root, and I was like, oh, okay, these add-ons need to be changed. There's good old Taparoony.
Yep, give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo.
Just tap it in.
Yep, it's all in the hips. Just tap it in. I'm glad you got the reference. Thank you.
Of course, I'm old.
Give it a little tappy. A tap, tap, taparoo.
You got a toy clown. Oh my God.
Huntress, what the hell?
Yep. I know, right?
We got 2 games left. We're at 6 hooks.
Yep.
1 death.
It's look, I'm not saying it's all over, but it's gonna be a tough
Boomer casting
side to
goes,
work.
listen.
Then look, I'm predicting it, all right? I'm predicting it a 4K at either 1 gen or 0 gens. See it.
It's not my fault.
Oh.
You're too young to know who Yosemite Sam is.
Okay, next thing you know, you're gonna tell me you don't know what Bobby's World is.
Actually, I don't even know what Bobby's World is. Must be an American thing.
Yeah. Forget Canadian. You wouldn't have Bobby's World up there.
They're gonna tell me they don't know who Grimace is. Ugh.
Grimace is around now, you nerd.
Yeah, but they don't pay attention to him anymore.
I guess so. All right, looks good. Villanova finally breaking the pallet. They have the freedom to just chase as they want right now.
Did you know Grimace is actually the best friend of my childhood hero, the Hamburglar?
Oh, bro, I love the Hamburglar. They knew they could get that last hit. They were going for it. I think they made a good call resetting. We still got center gen, and that's a nasty whole map gen.
It is.
We shall see how this works out because they are all connected. She does not have to go far. You know what I mean? If they're not on the far one and they're not on Killer Shack gen, they're obviously over here fucking squirreling around the gen. Look at that gen. It's getting going.
I actually thought that would hit.
If he had O-capped, it would have hit. But Babushka and Rose Root allows you to do shit like that.
Yeah, Huntress totally needed that buff. You know what I mean?
I know, right? Look, I gotta lay off the Huntress bashing. There's some people in chat that are not too happy about my bashing on Huntress.
All right, let's be real though. Let's be real. Them and 80% of the DVD community, but still. I'll stand right next to you and bash Skull Merchant too, so it's fine.
All right, you're good. Deal.
Even though I'd rather verse her than Huntress.
I don't know. At least you get at least you can enjoy the view of you getting killed, right? Like, that's the benefit of Skull Merchant. I'm like, you know what? That's not too bad.
We call that eye bleach. Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yep. She and her Mori is even just sexy Freddy Mori. Either way.
That's exactly. Call it sexy Freddy Mori?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the same Mori, just with. Am I allowed to say boobs? I don't think I am.
I don't think you are. Nope. Banned immediately.
Yes or no?
Oh, get out of here. Someone server mute him.
I need a moment.
God, they're still you're so lucky I'm not a mod or have any powers in here. I'd have server muted you just for the lulz.
Oh, boy.
Oh, right. Well, we have Lenovo now moving over towards center, just keeping things off of his
right,
gens.
Okay. I'm okay.
Good. Are you though? Are you really? I don't believe you.
Fine.
Like, look, no, like, had that been me, I would have. I don't know. That's a hard call because he's already injured.
That hook, get it done.
Get her done.
Dead. D-E-D. Dead.
Man, look, Jen, I don't blame you for being dry when they got that hit. That's a Huntress. Oh man, that gen's so close to being done. Who do we have here? I think that is Gisted. No, it's Zilla.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. There we go. 4K1. What did I say, Pally? Oh, never mind. 4K0. I still said 4K1 or 4K0. I believe I'm being told that there is also a penalty in play, but I'm not sure who. Not young. I grew up on a boomerang. WinCon is 5 stages for denial. My God, these hits. Oh hell. They just won the set. Oh whoa. Well, Billy, after this, I'm not young. I grew up on boomerang. Penalty doesn't matter because they won well over the WinCon.
Yep.
Happy face.
Winky face even.
Oh, is that what you call that?
You're into winkies. Well, that sounded weird.
Yeah. I absolutely am.
Can you get away from the mic, please?
No.
All right, get the out of here, all right?
That's definitely. I'll do it for Alexa because they rep for me. We'll listen to Alexi. They're apparently a bottom but a control freak, and they're built different.
Wow.
We adore them.
What a guy.
We love you guys because it's great.
I mean, that's what Taco does.
Maybe. Look, the information got put out there. Oh no.
The Nodders?
What a I was not paying attention for 5 seconds. What happened?
I mean, it's web season.
Okay, we're good. I was looking at the Twitch chat like that was the actual game. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, this guy.
Look. Oh, he's gonna let him out.
You missed.
He missed. Oh my god. All right, everybody. The next set is a Billy set. We'll stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Grindhouse Scrims. I'm HellsTacoTruck. We're here with Stacked on Billy with our survivors, Anyanka, Zilla, Gifted, and Lana. Limitless is on Survivor, and Denial. It's looking to deny Limitless the win, but we'll see how they deliver and where the survivors, how they counter Axe Billy. I'm also joined today by our co-caster, Pally Live. Pally, how the spitters doing?
You know how it is.
Are they full?
Yeah, they're definitely. I checked them.
All right, good. For those of you who know that reference, you're at least over 30.
Dude, shut up.
It's not a reference anyone's gonna get.
Listen, it's still the greatest Christmas movie of all time that I watch all year round.
That's exactly. And Limitless getting Lilana over mind gamed and downed with a bit of chainsaw. Lilana went for a guess.
Just a wee bit of chainsaw.
Just a wee bit. But they went for the mind game to try and avoid them on the other side. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, but might work out the next time. Billy is one of those killers that is, I consider now easily like low S tier. Like it could easily compete with like Spirit. That's just me though. Like, what do I know? I'm a taco. I'm that jackass that lets. I'm the jackass that lets Billy run low pro. All right.
Honestly, I don't see the problem.
You don't. But everybody in.
No, let me throw shade for a second. I don't see the problem because once you know he has low pro, you still continue to get hit by low pro.
Every compy in every corner of this tournament is like, what respectable place lets low pro happen? And I'm like, the same one that banned Red Herring.
And Pebble. Imagine banning Pebble.
Hey, fuck your Pebble.
No, so here's the thing about HellsTacoTruck. HellsTacoTruck, or Truck as I call him.
Yeah, I swear to God,
He
keep
is
playing
very
with fire.
anti-fun. As part of his rules, no fun whatsoever. 0 fun.
Yep.
I did the science.
You did. And much like we all love to learn new things about Alexi, you'll learn new things about me.
That's why he's got the words "no fun" in like script written on, like tattooed on his butt cheek.
Look, I showed you that in secret, and you just told everybody.
I mean, you know, no fun.
Yep. You just can't trust you with anything.
Yep. Can't touch this.
And Lilana dying on hook is a tough hit at 3 gen.
Really
We're cheering
sad,
for you,
really
Limitless.
sad for a second because when he chainsaw just gave me face filling vibes.
Oh yeah.
I remember that's not possible anymore. There's another group of people that are anti-fun.
Call them behavior.
Yep. Say that.
We really should. But Limitless is in a bit of a tight situation right now. They have a death at 3 gens. It's still anyone's game, but it looks like Anyanka is just juicing the hell out of this Billy, man. That is rough. Look at it go.
Billy out here getting milked.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Stop the milking. He realizes he's gotta leave. He's wasting too much time. Uh-oh.
And just like that, Limitless turns the tables.
Why? How the turns of table. Oh my goodness. My how the turns of table.
You thought it was a Hadouken.
Oh no!
Down they go.
I got
Will we see
made
the last
here, you know what I mean?
pop? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and they go in basement. He's got no popsicle sticks down there. Trust me. You tricked me once. Shame on you. You know, look. You never been tricked to go in basement over popsicle sticks?
Is this a reference I don't get?
Yeah. Fucking apparently.
You know, you watch your mouth when you talk to me, all right?
No.
Do you know who I am?
No. Who are you? Who do you have a friend on? Tell me. I'll wait for that.
Yep. God damn it.
We'll have to show you respect now. Oh my god. We got the tough situation to be in right now. It's still anyone's game. Denial holding this still pretty well at 1 gen. All survivors are accounted for at the moment.
Well, this is kind of a mean 3 gen. Holy crap.
Yeah, it is.
This is like 3 gen Zilla. What
Oof.
the heck?
Guessed it. Just having, just catching that mallet, man. That is rough. A rough time indeed. Buying them a little. They did buy their survivor buddies a little bit of time to get another gen to work on gen.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have Stack looking for another survivor. That gen is pretty close to being done. Up pop goes the weasel. Proves me to be wrong. Oh man. All right, I feel better. Does he find someone? He does, going for save. He goes down, finally catching a Yanka. You know that had to feel good. You were like, ah, man, I got juiced so hard earlier.
Yep. Nothing like taking down the survivor who milked you.
That's exactly, not even just the situation, but when you finally get that one person, it's like perfect. Oh man, but he's been off of them for a while, enough time for them to get Anyanka back up. Yep. Zilla now going down. I don't know what hook they're on, but I think they're at least on first, so they might be going second.
That was a pain right, by the way.
Oh, well, then no, they're first hook.
They just, well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean, well, I mean, obviously they are first hook, but it being pain red doesn't necessarily mean first hook.
I mean, that's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, learn to play the video game, nerd.
I don't. That's the whole point.
You don't play the video game, exactly.
I don't.
You watch other people suffer.
I do.
I'm right there with you, bud.
Look, I like to watch. There's nothing wrong with that.
No shame in that.
Almost always dressed as Superman.
Don't think I didn't notice the GoPro you duct taped to the outside of my window.
I left it there because I wanted you to see it.
Yep, and I didn't cover it up because I just said, you know what, I'll just look you in the eye. Listen. Alexi, I'm sorry.
My condolences. I apologize. But
Oh my goodness.
Anyanka had not having a whole lot of room to really go anywhere. Got caught in a tough spot. They now go to basement.
I miss old Auto Haven. Like on the top 10 list of things that did not need to be reworked, Auto Haven had to be the top of that list.
I agree.
Auto Haven was like the perfect realm almost, and then yeah.
You know what they say? If it ain't broke, fix it.
If it ain't broke, behavior will probably fix it. That's right.
Exactly. Stack finding looks like yes. Down they go. It looks like this might end up with a 4K happening soon. We'll see. Zilla is still unaccounted for. Anyanka still on hook. And now Guested going on hook on Death Hook. That's it. Oh, we got a little bit of deli.
Was that second win? That would be a second win gamer, I think.
Imagine.
They're informing me that you can see their second win, but at the same time, I also can't see their perks, and you never know until you see the person that saved them.
Yup. Deli do be banned.
Oh, does it?
Look, I don't look at him.
Okay, this is my first time casting here. Taco Truck just said, "Hey, I need your help because I suck at this," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. Look, you agreed. You should have read the shit.
I don't read shit. I read words. Like, get out of here.
No, that's your problem when you're playing Dead by Daylight.
I will give it a once over for sure.
What did you expect when you play this game? Look, I won't even pretend what second wind is. All right, what does it do?
Second wind. Oh my God, Jesus!
For everybody else,
it's been in the game since 2019. What is wrong with you?
That's about as long as I haven't played
it's
Survivor.
It's a Steve the Hare Harrington perk, brother. Please.
Is it?
Yeah.
I still know you're still talking.
I think if you
Brent.
completed one healing action, then when you're off the hook, you're broken for like 100 milliseconds until you're automatically fully healed. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which, of course, can be interrupted by the killer, killing. Polyteching.
Oh, there he goes. He found Zilla. Oh, man. That is going to wrap up this match at what should be a 4K at 1 gen. Which sets the bar and the tone for the next match. Also determines what some of those perks probably be. So, interesting. Well, everybody.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna take another short break as we swap sides and allow Limitless to play on their killer. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Grindhouse Prince. Fucking chainsaw's throwing me off. As we get started with Liliana on Billy, with Limitless filling and our survivors, Denial, Lenova, and before I can even finish my sentence, we have Stack going down. I'm also joined here today by the amazing Pally.
That's right, you say my name.
You know what? If I didn't have to fill up the bitters, I would say something, but I'm not. I have. Look, someone has to do it. It's a dirty job. I mean, that's what my mama told. That's what my mama told me.
I have questions that I don't want answered. We're back here on Blood Lodge with the Billmeister.
Yep, back again. Good old Bloodline.
What's your opinion on Blood Lodge these days, huh?
I don't have one. I think it's a fun map to play Blight against Blight. That's about it.
I think OG Blood Lodge was better. Not OG, well, I mean OG as well. OG Auto Haven was just a better Auto Haven, but I don't like where you're pointing that chainsaw, sir.
Well, you point it somewhere else, Senor.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't. You knock it off.
You don't feel safe here. We need to get a hold of HR. Who would be HR? Alexis? I think. Can we get confirmation on that? Yeah, okay. Alexis HR. I don't feel safe here. I need to file a grievance. Well, everybody, with that said, we got a little bit of Liana now moving around one of the main tiles. Racing after her kill stack.
Right the jump loop. Pre-drop, comp drop.
Oh. He's out here.
Yep, this is the best you can do right now. Now, is there another pallet here? I don't remember. No, there is not. Ah, Dukin. Oh, God.
A lot went down there.
Loves that, loves that.
Did not
Millied
do
him
that
down
for
with
me.
the Shoryuken. Love it. That's a death.
You're dead.
Oh! Oh, easy on that window, sir.
We just had it put in.
Yeah.
Damn hooligan.
I was gonna say, we're not gonna use our Pop Goes the Weasel.
Yep, that gen is definitely popped. Ooh, a 4-lane against Billy. This should be interesting.
He dropped that thinking Billy was gonna come from behind.
Good old 50-50 at the 4-lane, and Billiam finally breaks the pallet. Now,
The power's better.
I thought that was
I have questions because it looked like they were trying to curve around the wall there, and I feel like they were just, you know, the pallet looked at him and said, "I'm going to give you the good suck," and sucked them right in.
I think you're right. That pallet definitely.
I saw that pallet looking at Billy with love in its eyes. I know.
Don't you do it. I know where you're going with this.
Where am I going with it?
We're not going there. Look, we have to draw the line somewhere, okay? Surely there's a line somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. Oh my God! All right, who do we got here? Did Stack go on the hook and die, or did he DC? Well, Liana now chasing after Zeus. Zeus! Oh, I heard that hit, and oh my God, that is very satisfying. But they're not a 1-gen, so this does look like it is basically where we were at the last match.
Yep, absolutely.
You know we're all survivors.
He got it.
Pallet. Woo!
What are you
You
laughing
love to see it.
at? What's so funny?
Nothing. I'm just slapping. Come on, say the line.
No. No, I'm not gonna do it.
You know you like Joe Pesci.
No, I'm not doing it. Go get your shot. right?
You'll have me play fucking Joe Pesci Christmas songs, but you won't say the line, huh?
What the hell's wrong with you? Are you okay?
No, you didn't say the line.
Does I look like the I didn't do it boy? See, that's another boomer reference that no one's gonna understand. That's so sad.
Yep. We're very sad much fan this year, but looks like we do have Leland, and I'm moving over and chasing Z. No, that's not Zero. That is. What is that? Bluza, Heart Angel? Bluza looking to avoid becoming an angel as they are downed in the corner. Did they buy enough time, though, for the last generator to be finished? We'll find out. There is still one Scourge Hook in play on this map. The question is who is our Scourge Hook? Not Bluza. Or at least we're not that hook. There is the pre-leave. Oh, the
I
hit.
gotta do it against man with chainsaw.
Yep, we heard the moaning. We all love a good man with a chainsaw.
Hell yeah. But does she? I think she does make it a shack here.
Oh yeah. And will we see a good curve? No curving today. The crouch tech is real.
I hate that
Zeus.
so much. I hate
Going
that
down
so much.
corner. What? The crouch tech actually worked?
I hate that that's a thing that exists.
Oh
In a world
no!
where crouching makes you immune to power tool.
In a world.
Crouching makes you immune to chainsaws.
Where chainsaws are dodged by crouching.
Yep.
Disney present.
It would be a Disney thing, wouldn't it?
It would be. Because it's a magical time every time
Oh,
crouch
sorry,
tech works.
whimsical. Yeah, whimsical.
It's whimsical. Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget the whimsy. Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
very
it's
whimsical
a
here at the Grindhouse Scrims. It's a very whimsical place, okay? We love it.
Love to see it.
Yep. There's Ilana now looking for her last two. It's still anyone's game because there could be an upset. They could get that last generator done, or one of them could get out through hatch. I mean, never know.
Yep, yep. The old pity door's there for a reason.
Exactly. I mean, look. I didn't think anyone would ever get value out of knockout in a comp match, but here we are, still blown away by last week's match. I'm still. What?
Sorry.
He leaves and then stops. He's like, wait a fucking second.
I saw you, you blue suit wearing nerd. Yep. Oh my goodness.
That was great. Oh my god.
That was just a little too soon.
He didn't have a chance to turn around yet. Oh no.
Yeah, I hate to see it. But more
I
than
love
that, you don't see it.
That's the funniest shit that I've ever seen.
Hello and welcome to the final set of the night. This is Grindhouse Scrims week number 3, and we have a great set coming up here. This is going to be Dead Future versus Vicinal. And Alranican is going to be first up, and we have an unknown set. Kind of a newer killer. He's been out for a little bit, but still kind of being determined on where exactly he is in power level, and it's going to be a wide set of skill sets here. But we already have a chase here at main. A lot of survivors being spotted. And looks like we might have a potential mark comes up, and an exhaustion being used here. It's probably a drop chase here. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, Ranakin very patient with the power at first, but then does kind of lob it there, not quite making it around that corner. We are going to see the very first hallucination being placed in order for Ranakin to teleport towards the middle of the map. But the survivors are doing a good job just denying line of sight, not letting Ranakin get any info, except he does find 2 people here right as I say that. And we do have this double window. However, the chase music is not going to start, but we do have the chase here at this tile. Very good zoning.
Oh, good fake.
Yeah, not going to use the power right away, but we do see the tag with the power as well.
So
inflicting
clean.
madness on the Claudette. That's going to be a chase behind main here.
Claudette really making this main kind of work. You see Alranican going for a lot of these kind of crazy shots. This is the thing I was thinking about with this killer, and we might have it down here. Ooh, close,
not
close.
quite.
You know, there's so many
Very
unique
good play.
ways you can play chase here. What does Claudette elect to do here? She's greeting the pallet, and she does pay the price. You know, there's so many cool shots you can do with the geometry on this map. It's really interesting to see the different kind of playstyles you see with this killer. And you have to remember the hallucinations in chase too. It's just a lot of manage. He really is kind of a goofy, weird killer. I wonder if we're gonna be seeing any like aerial snot rockets in the sky or something, you know, like artillery bombs.
We might actually, well, it looked like he was going for one there, but he does give up on that. We do see the Painers coming in, going to be slowing down some generators. A blast mine going to deny this. Pop goes the weasel for just a bit. But we're going to instantly get the kick and then teleport right back. So this is actually very interesting use of the little choke point here. However, the survivors kind of sneak the unhook right under Alranican's nose. Now we have to play this pallet, but a tag does actually come through. And we have to wonder if Alranican can follow up with a very quick launch on the power for a down. Actually makes kind of zoned here from everything.
Great hit.
He's going to go down.
Yeah, really good use of the M2 power there by Ranacan. You can tell he's really comfortable with it. Just like really good hit on the Meg to get her weakened, then an M1, and then a follow-up M2. And you know, I think about, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 10 seconds you need to get the full aura off of you. So you know, he's able to get that converted hit really quickly, and you can see like the power of this killer is very intense. He can dish out hell states really quickly. Gonna go for a crazy shot over here at 3. No luck there. But you can kind of see the rhythm we're getting into, right, Tyro? Where it's just get your hook, go kick a gen, TP back. And
yeah, the survivors do pop some gens across the map, though. We're down to 3 generators, but Aranican's doing a very good job of holding this cross. Again, like you said, playing around these teleports. Every time I say he's doing a good job of holding the cross, they sneak an unhook. So we are going to see that come through.
Meg's still injured here. This could be a potential quick chase.
Yeah, especially with Ooh, that was interesting.
Did not think that would
It looked like he teleported to a different one altogether. That is going to be a tag with the madness onto this Nia. We're going to be sitting here dropping a hallucination, but that does give Rayaki here on the Nia some time to get the madness off. Going to be tagged again with the madness, but that is a missed skill check over here, going to alert Aranican to their presence, dropping a hallucination and going for a chase on G-Bot.
G-Bot playing these double windows really well, gets the life into the mid-map here. Aranican kind of struggling to like secure it down right now, a little bit of a lull in the pressure, needs to get a health state soon. But the Serbs are just playing their distances really well. You can tell they have been doing some practice against Unknown.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job. Not gonna give Alranican any free tags for sure. He thinks that someone's working the generator up here, is not going to quite make that shot, but is going to find G-Bot up here, and our injured Meg tunnel out as well at the main building. Is not going to go for a tag on G-Bot, is instead going to go after Meg. Looks like we're going to see not a vault. Meg going to be very patient with the vault here, not trying to get tagged by the madness. Going to be playing this pallet instead. Ooh, very close
good
shot.
movement. Yeah, very kind of loose playstyle from Iranican. I was expecting a bit more aggressive tunnel out, but I is seemingly content with just going for fresh hooks here. But he still does have the genlock and a nice teleport to knock out Neg. She didn't see it coming. And that's going to be a stage 2 on this Megan in a topside hook in the genlock. This could go haywire for the survivors here.
Yeah, that is going to be a hook kind of up here on the top side, but this gen hold is not as clean as it once was. They do not make that generator in time, actually. I stand corrected. But they are trying to force this unhook, going to be pressuring the unhook and the generator at the same time. It does look like our Evan on the Claudette is going to be, ooh, tagged by the Madness. Very good shot there.
And this is the kind of thing where, this is kind of one of those things that this killer's good at, right? Like, you can put this hallucination and pressure the map from that side. The unhook does come out. I'm playing this palette really well here. And looks like Anakin's going to commit to this.
Ooh, G-Bot just doing such a good job of denying these M2 hits, going to be forcing M1 as much as possible. Kind of similar to Artist in that regard, chase pattern-wise. But we do actually see a survivor caught out here on this gen at the top side. Does have a pallet here, and the swing through is actually going to connect. You have to wonder if Anakin can get this quick down, because that generator has so much progress.
So much pressure on these topside gens. He's really being split thin. You can see the coordination between these survivors, how they're just always on gens, always on gens. If they're not healed, they're on gens. But you gotta remember, he has 3 injuries, and one of those injuries, not anymore, but infections, injuries, whatever you want to call it. He has something to work with. Let's see what he can convert.
He's going to be taking some pop shots here down in the center of the map and teleporting right back to our gen. We do see that he has applied Eruption to both of these generators that had progress. So if he does actually convert something into a down, this is going to be very good perk value for him.
Yeah, the serves just have so much leeway. I mean, they can just, anytime they take an injury, if it's not through an M2, they make the mid-map and have all these resources up here. It's going to take some really creative work from Elran to get down. Oh, and this is maybe where it could come from.
Yeah, Reoxim gets caught out on the madness, or on the hallucination, going to contract madness.
What a shot.
And goes down to the shot as a result. Yeah, when you are caught halfway through cleansing one of the hallucinations, you do get infected by the madness, which is going to lead to a good follow-up from our killer. And he's trying to get a little bit more here. Looking for some sort of tag on some other survivor. Is going to find Brian here. Going to get the madness applied. But we have to wonder, Reoxium's still topside, kind of, you know, in a good hookable spot, and we have pain reses on the board. I wonder if the survivors are going to be able to pick her up or not.
See,
they are kind of double pressuring this.
I have to wonder if they're actually just buying time and stalling for a topside gen to be done sneakily in the distance. He does end up taking the hook here.
But that pain res is so far away. He might not even go for it. This might be a pain res? No, this isn't going to be a pain res.
And he does lose the gen
pop
lock.
a topside gen. Yeah, very unfortunate. The pain res split was just too large, and now we're gonna have to go for the uninjured survivor here that was working. And again, G-Bot just so good dodging these, and that's gonna be the last gen popping. And we only see, what, 4 stages here right now?
Incredibly aggressive play from the survivors. Yeah, 4 stages. I mean, you can see how they stalled that pickup on the hook because they were saying, just buy time for me. I'm working 11. Buy time.
Yeah, they're doing such a good job.
These kind of aggressive plays that really kind of shine and make a team kind of have their individual quirks. Great shot by Ranakan, trying to keep it the pressure. He's collecting the tags. Let's see if he can convert a giant slug here, maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was not able to get that down onto Reoxim. I think he wanted to get the down on Ray with the shot, while simultaneously getting the tag on Evan with the M1. Meg is going to open this bottom door, but is also going to go back into the map. Has the shack, is going to dodge the shot here.
You might have a hatch
see
escape.
survivors escaping across the map. Oh yeah, this door is not quite open. Oh, but we do see the hatch closed
Tragic.
in their face. And that's going to be the M1 down.
A good effort by the Meg and the rest of her team's coordination, but unfortunately didn't come through. Overall, just a really well-played Survivor set. I mean, they split the pressure amazingly. They played their chases well. They kept their distance. And just
Unfortunately, that was
in the end.
That was only one extra stage at the end that Brian had.
So we're going to be ending this set with only 5 stages. 5 stages.
Yeah. Very well played from the serves, just like you said.
Win con for Vicinal's Killer is going to be an easy 6th stage, so we'll have to see how the survivors for Dead Future bring this back and see if they can bring back the same energy. Welcome back to match 2 of set 1 of Vicinal versus Dead Future. We just watched the survivors for Vicinal dish out a 5 stage, so it's going to be a hard win con for the survivors on Dead Future here, but I'm sure they can put up a good fight. Already have a chaser on the ace. Fast start.
Yeah, G-Bot immediately finding it. Looks like we have Finesse here on the ace. Going to be starting the chase here on main. Not quite going to land the power. Instead, we're going to continue the chase down into the map. It looks like Finesse is actually going to interrupt Jinxie on this generator here. And is going to eat the madness. Going to make G-Bot have an easier time downing with the power here at this tile, maybe. Doing a good job of breaking line of sight, however, is not going to quite make it. Ooh,
great
very
dodge.
good dodge. Finesse playing this very well, going to, ooh, G-Bot swings and misses through the pallet. And Finesse is going to continue playing. Ooh, but the hit comes through the pallet. You know Finesse was yelling about that one.
Oh yeah, that definitely didn't look super clean. But I'll tell you what, they definitely are triple split here. I mean, look at his death location, all the way outside of the gen lock. That is exactly what the survivors wanted. That was definitely intentional. And G-Bot's doing his best to drag it back here. And actually, we're going to get a pain res, so dead hook here. And next to
Interrupting the gen with progress, including getting a pain res, is huge.
Next to the progress gen, he has a hook next to it. He's sitting comfortable. If you're going to get a good win con for your team, well, this is how you do it.
Yeah, and then we see Jinxie kind of getting pushed away from the middle area here. But G-Bot's not actually going to commit, is instead going to, ooh, sees a missed skill check over there on that generator. Instead is going to go back and pressure this unhook. With the survivors, with their, 5-stage, Tycon, like, they need to be on point on these unhooks. So G-Bot pressuring this here, especially at 5 generators, is very good.
Yeah, you cannot be light with that kind of win con here, and looks like they might be opting for gen pressure over taking a hook trade, which I could see it. It's a pain resonance hook, but at the same time, you're sacrificing a 2nd stage on a survivor at a high gen count, and that can lead to a quick tomahawk. Very, very tough decision to make.
But thanks to that missed skill check earlier, we're actually going to find a survivor here. It's going to be Nos, going to be pushed off of the generator. But G-Bot is not going to commit too long to it, is instead going to go back up and catches Jinxie out on the rotation. This could be a trade here now.
Oh, but the hook,
the
actually hits the ace. But Ace's death hook here. Does G-Bot want to take it and go for tunnel out? He does. You look at him following the pathing. Ace doing his best, but he ends up finding Quentin actually, and just says, you know what, screw it, I'll take the Quentin hook.
Jinxie doing a good job here, muddying up the scratch marks, going to get downed instead. This is going to be a second pain res here. But very good on Jinxie to capitalize on it, try to trip G-Bot up with the scratch marks.
And this whole time, the survivors are just thinking, we got 5 stages, we don't got much to work with, but I can guarantee you their captain's like, we're okay, just hit those gens. And the triple split is coming out. but Nos is being found stealthing for the pole. But she might run into a teleport here.
Yeah, very good hallucination placement here from G-Bot. Going to find Nos, not going to quite give her the entirety of the bottom here. Is going to get the tag of Madness off, and we're going to be playing around this 4 lane, but it looks like this is going to be a down.
Nos can't really do much there. I mean, that pallet is so hard to play safely from that angle, and G-Bot recognizing that and playing it perfectly. Does get another pain resonance, and the pressure is just mounting. At this point, all he needs is one more stage to tie. The survivors cannot afford to mess up even once.
Yeah, and we do have the injured Finesse, who is working at bottom gen, is going to be caught out here and going to be chased around the double window, is not going to make any distance, and that's going to be a down and a kill, with Nos still hanging on the hook for her life.
G-Bot just playing this ruthlessly. His pressure from the early to the mid game has just been non-stop. The injuries have been coming out, the marks have been coming out. I gotta say, his placement of the clones, of the hallucinations, has just been superb, and he's really making this killer look like a force to be reckoned with, even on a large map like Suffocation Pit.
Jinx is going to be found on one of these top generators, going to be taking the chase through main, but he's going to get tagged. But the teleport going to cut Jinxie off from the bottom. And this is actually kind of a very good strategic use of the teleport, because the survivor macro on this map is simply, go to where the gens aren't. Go to the other side. And G-Bot's just not giving them the opportunity because he's zoning so well with the teleport. Although kicking that door out there does kind of give Jinxie the opportunity to run down now.
Jinxie obviously using that door kick to the fullest advantage, making it out of the genlock as best as he can. And she's not now kind of struggling to get the ball rolling again. We're sitting at 5 stages for Tycon. We need one more to win. Jinxie's got to fight for his life if he wants to win this set.
Jinxie's going to throw the pallet. Going to be playing this filler here. Not going to eat the M2, is instead going to just be running around. G-Bot's going to break the filler and teleports back towards the middle side of the map. Again, just cutting off any chance of getting away from the choke. And this is probably going to be a death here at the edge map, and that's going to secure the win con for G-Bot if this unhook comes through.
Yeah, say your, hold your breath. Nope, no save coming through. That's going to be the win on the unknown set for Vicinal. Just incredibly well played by the survivors for Vicinal, and G-Bot just putting out insane pressure. Gonna try and close out this game and get the best win con we can, but I mean, the survivors with a death this early and this many teleports coming out, how do you keep up with this much pressure? I mean, he's just everywhere all over the map all at once.
Especially with this build, with all the slowdown just compounding every time a down happens. The survivors just have a tough job when the downs are coming through. We are going to find Loris here at the backside of main, going to be chased, and doing a very good job of kind of keeping away from the gens that were being pressured, as well as from the center of the map. Going to get rid of the madness and then play around this aisle. G-Bot going to break it, not going to try to play anything. Is going to get the teleport for just a little bit hair of extra distance. Can Loris make it to the window in time? It does not look like she can, and that's going to be a down here in the main.
Really does come through that this killer is kind of played like an artist, like you said earlier. You saw really what Loris was using there was just distance to her full advantage, transitioning the tiles, not standing still for too long, making it really hard to pin down on what her next path is going to be. And
Yeah,
again,
I think the killer plays very similar to Artist, because Unknown does have to tag you first, kind of like Artist does when it's not a direct hit. And then you kind of just want to force M1s over and over for a chase to be, good.
The survivors, you see, they're just having to cross the map over and over. All these long distance rotations, and a killer as mobile as this can interrupt those. We see a broken status on Loris. That might be a renewal. Oh my goodness, but a clean teleport that just so happens to have Loris on it. Fortunately, works out for him. And that's going to be another immediate down. That's the second time this set we've seen that happen, and it's just every time it happens, it's catastrophic. It's very hard to come back from.
That is the one thing about cleansing those hallucinations, I think. I mean, it's very risky because at any moment the killer can just choose to pop up and say hi. So, ooh, does find his gen.
Wants to control the gen lock on bot side. Actually, is fighting for a 4K2. Gets a pop here. I mean, when it's a free teleport across the map, you don't really have to think much. You just press one button. Why not, right?
Yeah, G-Bot has so many hallucinations up everywhere. We're gonna place another one here. It's actually gonna get rid of that one behind main. However, that's just a lot of teleportation pressure that you can enact, and Unknown arguably has one of the best teleports in the game. So we are going to find the injured Loris here at Water Tower, going to be playing this Ornament Tile. A very good read by G-Bot.
Yeah, G-Bot just recognizing her pathing. You could see how he was seeing how she wanted to kind of zone herself out of that 1 o'clock hill and get as far outside as she could, or at least make a mid-map tile, but doesn't make it. And this hook is going to actually be close enough to where Jinxie doesn't even get the pop at 5.
G-Bot's not actually going to pop it. He's instead going to go back towards the top side and is scared of this generator over here having more progress, but it doesn't.
I think he's just... The survivors are just so lacking or behind the ball in terms of like how far the game came out of their hands. It's so hard to come back, but we do see a gen pop. Jinxie actually managing to keep up the pressure on the gens here, getting hit through balance landing.
Yeah, good read from G-Bot to recognize the balance was coming through. We are going to see another chase on Jinxie around this filler tile here in the mid. Oh, a good read on the fake from G-Bot, and that's going to be a down, and G-Bot wants it all.
He says, nope, I'm not content with just a 3K. I want that 4K1. And he does find Nos here, essentially securing it in. We'll have to see how Nos chooses to play this. But there's not that many resources for her to use that's left on the map. It's been kind of drained dry.
Yeah, everything down here was pretty much used earlier. Nos going to be running into the killer. G-Bot, unfortunately, not going to get that shot off. Instead, the rock is going to block it, but Nos is going to lead him back towards the top side of the map. Ooh, very good dodging from Nos here. Going to take a hit through the pallet, however. And now we have to wonder, ooh, the teleport doesn't catch her off guard. She's going to be making a lot of distance, but can G-Bot, you know, get it back with a nice clean hit from the M2?
Oh! a little bit of a funny, a
silliness.
little bit of silly end chase there, but you know, it got the down. Just a lot of awesome skill expression in this killer. I'm really happy with how Behavior designed them and their implementation in the game. So just a really well played by Vicinal. They really knew this set. Like this whole set, their serves played amazing. They were managing the infections really well, and then G-Bot on his killer performance, just really good shots, really good macro pressure with the teleports, and that kind of seems to be the strength of this killer, is using those teleports as well. And that's going to wrap up the set with Vicinal taking the first set, the Unknown on Suffocation Pit, and that's going to move us on to Huntress. How do you think that's going to go?
Very exciting. I think it'll be a tough fight from both teams, but we do have, I believe, Vicinal on the Huntress first. It's going to be Rayoxium, probably. So please stay tuned. We got some exciting matches, and thank you all for watching.
Hello and welcome back to set number 2 of Dead Future vs Vicinal. This time we're going to be having Rayoxium play Huntress on the Wrecker's Yard. Gonna see what kind of results she can be getting here. It's a very, very strong Huntress map, and gonna be finding a quick find on no Deliverance in this set, but a Sprint Burster for sure.
We are going to see Fancy here. Ooh, a very good head-on play with a Firecracker to seal the deal. And that's going to get a lot of distance for these survivors that were kind of caught off early. And now it looks like Rayoxium is still on Fancy's trail, though, going to be going down towards the bottom side of the map here. Not quite going to land that hatchet around the truck. And we are going to be playing this side of the pallet. Ooh, very patient from Fancy. Not going to give the pallet, but is going to get a tag on the way through.
Yeah, and you can see that add-on Rose Root coming in there with a hit around the corner. Just the hatchet speed, able to make it so they don't make that rounded. And Maria accepting her death.
Going to
But
be
this is
forcing
where
a pull.
This is where we see the advantage of agitation coming in. Huntress has an option to hook wherever she wants, and if there's one killer where hook placement matters, Huntress is one of them.
That is not going to be a pain res though instead, but Ryoxium does have Fancy kind of down in the corner, going to make it very easy to maybe pressure and unhook, which is one of Huntress's strong suits, but is going to find... Oh, we actually don't find a survivor here, but pressuring them off of this generator here in the middle area. Ooh, we do see a survivor off in the corner. Do they know that they've been spotted? Ryoxium going to kick the generator.
Kinda hanging out in the no man's land here, Jinxie, but does make it back to the filler pallet. And trying to do what he can on this pallet. An interesting slow ball. I'll have to see how Ryoxium plays this and tries to convert HellsTake here.
Very good from Jinxie to not give a free tag. However, that... Ooh! A little bit impatient there. Going to be going for a tag here, and that is going to land. Jinxie going to be running around the long side of the tile now. Going to be trying their best not to get hit. Goes through the vault and is going to get a hatchet landed right next to a generator with so much progress.
Such a great call by Jinxie, just send the window vault, but unfortunately just that hatchet speed is just, you couldn't make it over it, where normally you would without it. And the pain res hitting a gen, and this is the hook next to two gens that are progressed. These are both gens they were working. Pain res hit one of them. Ryoxium can pretty much just sit this to second and be content with them having to restart new gens.
Ooh,
What a hit!
Good pressure
What a
here
hit!
onto Dama. Ryoxium just has so much pressure now because the three generators with the most progress are just around this hook. And Ryoxium has a hill here on top of it, just going to be able to see the entirety of the map and just, you know, roll with it. That is just such a good hook placement.
Just able to just sit on this hill and basically play, you know, shoot fish in a barrel, really. I mean, the map is yours, and as far as I'm concerned, Jinxie is definitely going second here. I don't know how you're going to save against an oak-half Huntress here. And with that, that is going to be a second stage, a total of 3 stages at 5 gens, and all your gen progress has been kind of like nuked away. Well, besides, I say that, but then 6 pops.
Yeah, we do finally see a gen popping, but that is 3 stages here at 1 gen popping. And Ryoxium is now going to use that new freedom to go and pressure other gens now that the second stage is confirmed. We do see a reset onto Dama, but Ryoxium also finds the reset here at the bottom side of the map. Going to be trying to get a shot. Yeah, Ray's going to instead cut off a survivor from being able to get the unhook here. And this is just so much pressure that Ray has on this unhook without being anywhere near it.
Yeah, saw 2 survivors at 6, and she saw the glimpse of the survivor deep at the far generator at 3. Basically, she just knows exactly what the board's looking like, and she can pretty much guarantee Jinxie death if she wants to. And it looks like she's going to choose to. This is going to be a death at 4, maybe 3 gens. That's a tough start.
Ooh, no, Fancy wants to prove you wrong, but Jinxie runs straight into a tree, unlucky. With the speed boost from the borrowed time hit, and that's going to be a slug survivor. Ray not going to pick up just yet, is instead going to be chasing Fancy around the truck here. Going to get some reloading in, back to 7 hatchets, up from 3, and it does not look like Ray is going to be able to get a hit onto Fancy, but is instead going to start pressuring this other generator. No one's working it right now.
Ray seemingly convinced, I believe she's convinced of a decisive strike. That's why she's selling this pickup.
With the obsession being on Jinxie and the fact that they played for such a risky pull last second, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a decisive strike play. So it's kind of good on Ryoxium to kind of notice all these factors and not pick up right away, because a DS could lead to just losing all that massive amounts of pressure that she had. Ooh, we do see a tag onto Finesse. And it looks like the survivors, Dama is going to be running in, trying to get the pickup onto Finesse.
That's just so brutal, because now it's just another slug into a chase. And the chase is on.
Value really felt there.
Good life by Jinxie here, but how far is he going to make it? Guesses the 50-50, does lose it. He's going to be down to the
Does not quite make that pallet. Dama slugged out there. Finesse was injured there on Shack pallet. And Ray is going to go for the death hook here onto Jinxie and likely go back to the slug, or might even pressure Shaq. We do actually see Dama get picked up, which is very good for the survivors pressure-wise. They are going to pop the Shaq gen, but injured Finesse is going to be caught out here on Shaq. And can Rayaxium convert this into a down? Is going to see the pallet here. The pallet is thrown, but the hit does not quite come through. Rayaxium does not pull up quite in time.
Wow.
And that's another gen pop. The survivors are doing such a good job despite that rough start.
Really just kind of, you can kind of see they're foregoing healing and just saying, like, just exploit that she's 110, keep your distance, and just crank those gens. And I mean, look at the gen luck she lost. It's still a little bit of a topside gen luck, but definitely a lot better than it was. And I gotta say, really good play from Finesse, but he does unfortunately get found in the locker. And this might be a double down.
Tried to go for the hatchet throw stun tech. I don't know what it's called. But you can actually throw a hatchet through a stun, and I think that's what Ray was going for there. Going to be trying to get some shots off onto the injured Dama. Meanwhile, Fancy is either across the map pumping a gen, or is going to get Finesse up on his feet. So we'll have to see what happens.
Ray content to take a pain risk on Dama here, just securing that Fancy won't be able to pop that gen. And it's looking like we're going to stall out here on gen progress. Finesse does get picked up. There is no Unbreakable in this set in place, so we know both survivors are definitely here. All about what...
They're going to be looking for a crossover. They know that Rayaxium knows that the survivors are here in the little pocket. It's going to be looking for any sign of the survivors to just get a shot off on. We hear an injured serve in the area.
Ray understanding that he does have head on, but Finesse cleverly leaving the tile, making it to this rock filler, trying his best to make it work.
These rock fillers are very brutal in Huntress chase, and Finesse is just going to hug it for his life, greed it as much as possible, but does get a little bit too greedy and is going to go down to the M1.
Yeah, Finesse really just kind of stuck in a hard place, between a rock and a hard place, really. You know, pun intended. But that's going to secure another fresh hook for Rayaxium here, and it's just, you know, maybe they pop those gens, but you got to think, how much did they sacrifice for that, and can they pop another?
Yeah, Ray's going to be using the... Well, no, I stand corrected. Not going to be using the hill to look out for survivors. Is instead trying to look for any crossover to get the save onto Finesse. That was a fresh hook, giving Finesse plenty of time to hang there on the hook while the survivors are able to pressure these generators. They have a very good split going on. Rayaxium not going to choose to go for the tunnel out, is instead going to go to pressure this generator across the map that does have some pressure on it.
Ray really choosing to just play the gen macro here rather than just going back to hook, which in the 3v1 is very valid, and does find Fancy here at the hook, or at the gen, I'm sorry.
This pallet was thrown earlier.
No resources for him to use.
Anything. Very patient, very good throw from Ray here. Oh, and that's a 2-tap.
The hatch is just, you know, normally you'd expect it to be a little more patient, but she just lets him fly. And why would you?
Yeah, with the rose root speed, it's just kind of crazy that, especially since the hatchet windup speed was buffed in a recent patch, making Babushka not as valuable. Like, those hatchets can just come out like rapid fire and laser accuracy pretty quickly now. So very good on Ray, just acclimating to those changes and getting that very impressive down. But now we do see the hill being used for pressure once more. Going to be looking for survivors on the rotation. Going to find Dama at the tile. A good mind game. And Ray's going to choose to use a hatchet to try to get the OCAF value to get a quicker down than just an M1. Good dodge from Dama. Not going to quite make it to the window, though. And is instead going to go down.
Right here, does Finesse choose to crank the gen at 7 and try and get a 4 KO, or does he go for the pole?
We'll have to find out and see. Ray is on her way straight there to that generator. That was a very good death spot from Dama if they were cranking. There's quite a bit of pressure on this gen, but not anywhere close to being done. It's about halfway if I had to judge based off of the pistons there.
Very
so Ray-
clearly closing in on a 4K1 here. I'm not sure there's anything else they can do here. And we'll have to see how this gate standoff is played by Finesse. If he chooses to go for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if Finesse chooses to get the unhook onto Dama and extend this game out just a hair. Or if there is going to be some sort of hatch gate standoff play. Either way, Ray is doing her best looking around the map. That is going to be the death onto Dama, and Ray is going to be waiting for that hatch to spawn. Meanwhile, we see the urban evading Finesse here at the top side.
Something so special about seeing an urban evading survivor. It'll never not make me laugh, even if it's in a serious setting.
Oh yeah. I think this perk is kind of underrated in a competitive setting. I mean, just the mere fact of being able to deny info faster is kind of nice. But these gates are disgusting. Finesse has little to no chance of getting out here.
Is there? Did he have wake up or anything? Is there anything he could have done?
No.
Wake up in play. Yeah, no wake up in play. Yeah, he's just all chase build. So unless Reaxium lags out or something, I really don't see how Finesse is gonna get out here. And we're closing in on a 4K1 most likely. Reaxium just taking her rounds, making sure no goofy business is happening. And is so patient with this. Really wants to try his best to get this out.
Yeah, they're going to try their hardest, whether it results in an out or not. Might as well go for it. But these gates are just super unfortunate for any survivor team. Just super easy for Ray to hold.
Well, while we're watching Huntress do her little stutter step, you know, if you were gonna have to play against this win con as a survivor, like, what would be your biggest issue with how this match went?
Wait, that was like two separate questions. What do you mean?
Maybe I didn't. Okay, I didn't phrase that. Oh, hang on. We'll pause that thought. We have a chase here by Finesse.
Yeah, going to be going back to this rock tile that Finesse really liked before. We're just going to see a chase come through. Missing the hatchet over the little divot of the rock there. Going to be just running around it. Going to be denying this down as long as possible just for bragging rights. But now we see Finesse.
Finesse ending it in style, staring at the sky. I guess we'll give you 2-for-1 questions, Tyro. Number one, what happened this game? What was the biggest issue?
I think when Jinxie got kind of caught out there and dying in between those generators, it just removed a lot of the survivors' pressure.
We'll come back to the next question later, but that's going to be a great win con by Reaxium set for a 4K1 for, I believe, Vicinal. And we're going to have to see how Dead Future responds with their Huntress player. Well, welcome back to match number 2 of set 2. This is Jinxie on Huntress, playing for Dead Future. You know, Tyro, last time I asked you at the end of the first set what went wrong. And now I kind of want to ask you, what do you want to see out of the survivors for Vicinal to beat a 4K1 win con?
I want to see, in order to beat that win con, they're going to have to die in the right spots and get gen pressure in response to hook pressure. I think that's the main thing that the survivors have to do in a Huntress set in order to walk away with probably around 6 stages usually.
Those death locations mean so much, and already we have a quick chase by Jinxie here. Quick look at his add-ons. He's running Babushka and Rose Root. Those hatchets are going to be flying fast. Good vault by Evan, though.
Ooh, very good hatchet, though. Just showing the power of those add-ons right off the bat. Going to be clipping him around that corner. And now we're going to see Evan lead the chase down towards the 7 corner, and we do have the crane here. This is a very good spot for survivors against Huntress because this wall is just super tall. But we do actually see the pallet thrown in Jinxie's face with a very good wind-up in preparation, and that is going to be a down.
Such a good add-on combo. I mean, you saw there at that hit at the pallet gym, like, where do you get that other than with those add-ons? It's ridiculous. Those hatchets are literally flying out of the Huntress's hands. And with a
Oh,
hook
yeah.
this early, she's gonna be comfortable to proxy this to a second stage, I'm sure. But actually, Jinxie kind of going out, having a little gander, starting to chase here with Reoxium at the 4-gen.
Yeah, I think Jinxie recognizes the win con and is going to go and try to interrupt gens with the Ruin. That was a perk that we saw Reoxium have, but it was cleansed pretty early. Jinxie not quite going to be landing a hatchet on the Reoxium quite yet. Ray is playing the chase pretty well. Is going to finally eat a hatchet, but that was all the hatchets that Jinxie has. But a very quick M1 is actually going to lead to Reoxium getting down. Are we here for a pallet save? No, we have a... That
But
was
the
not an
beamer's
angle?
off! The beamer was off!
That was
I'm
wild. That
surprised.
looked like an angle. That looked like Jinxie was staring down the barrel. But that's another hook kind of near these generators. Going to be another pain res as well. And that's just so much progress that the survivors are losing in response to the ruin and the pain res now.
I just saw a Meg here, but an incredibly aggressive pull. You can see the
I
survivors.
kind of like
from-
that.
Survivors from Vicinal are not letting these hooks stay. They're making sure that if they're put in a bad position, they're pulling quickly. Meg playing this really does flip back and get a good stun here.
We're going to get the vault. Not quite going to be able to land a hatchet around that rock. And Brian here playing this tile very well, but we do have the tree. Is Brian able to get around the rock? No, that is going to be a very good hatchet there, but it's not going to quite connect into that second one. This generator is super close, and the ruin is gone, but this is just going to have... No, Jinxie can't get the pop off in time. And that is going to be
Imagine that
G-Bot
hit.
running away.
Jinxie really trying to get a grasp on pressure. He has a few injuries going for him. He could find a down on this Meg, and she would be a pain res.
Yeah, we are going to be chasing around this truck, doing a very good job getting distance, clearing the corner here. That is going to be that generator down at 4 popped. And now we're going to be running around to yet another rock tile. And these rock tiles can be super brutal up against Huntress. This one does have a little divot though. And a very good hatchet coming through from Jinxie is instead going to confirm that down. Meanwhile,
Gen
another
pressure.
gen is popping.
Yeah, you can see these survivors are really spreading out in the gens. I mean, they had a rough early start with the 2 quick downs, but recovering, taking it slow, making sure they're just spreading gens, spreading hooks across the map. And Jinxie, instead of going for a pain res, opts to go for a basement hook. You gotta wonder, what's his gen spread around this basement? Is he even campable?
We do have a generator very far off in the distance here in the pocket. And that Jinxie's going to be checking that one almost immediately. Does hear some progress on it. Some survivor had started working it. But if Jinxie commits to this, I expect to see an unhook coming through. We do have an injured Reoxium here at this tile. Going to be point teching here under the pallet.
Is it a
Going to be-
bluff?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
We do not see a survivor in the area. Jinxie is very scared though, and is going to just waste so much time trying to go. Ooh! It wasn't a bluff, but Evan does not quite make it to the pallet in time, and that is going to be a hook under Reoxium. The pop is going to be applied to this generator that had like maybe 5% on the progress.
Not the most valuable pop I've ever seen, but you know, you got to think about Reoxium. She's kind of stuck in a corner. If they pull her, where does she really go? At the same time, though, a lot of pressure on this this hill gen at 6 here. And a bounce landing, and no, not balanced. Oh, Reoxium getting pulled here. She might be getting tunneled out quickly.
Yeah, all the generators are done on the opposite side of the map. That's likely where Ray wants to run and die. But at the same time, Jinxie's been playing very pressure-focused on the generators. And Ray is just barely going to be able to dodge that.
Good call.
And Ray is just running straight to the other side of the map, going to get as much distance away from these generators as possible. But this might be a fast chase. We don't have any resources. And Ray is going to go down towards an M1.
Decisive, maybe? I thought with how she was pathing, yeah, that did look like a decisive, but depends on. Oh, but the body block, making sure no shenanigans are happening. Oh, but
Very good
this whole
body block
time-
from Evan. That's going to get so much time.
Oh,
And we do see this Shack Gen.
Brian's not
nowhere
looking.
close to. It wasn't close to being done, but Brian was sitting there kind of greeting it. That is going to be a reload onto Jinxie, though. And now we have all survivors injured. And just like last time, we're in a scenario where the survivors are focusing on gen pressure rather than the resets. And if Jinxie is able to capitalize on this, this could be a very big slugfest going on here.
Huntress is
not
a
able to find
very,
anyone.
very lethal killer. These slugs can come in super rapidly, but they're just so creepingly getting the edge out on these resets deep at pocket 3. Jinxie finally finding an injured survivor. I think Jake is pain resible, so this could be worth it.
Yeah, and G-Bot does not make it very far away from these generators that had progress either. Is going to kind of die within a holdable 3-gen. That's going to be a hook here.
No painers though.
That's going to
On
be a
G-Bot.
pop on this Shack gen unless, yes, they are going to drop the Shack pallet. And is that going to be a gen pop? No!
Oh, but they do reach Tycon with the gen pop at the Hill 6. These survivors are so aggressive with the gens.
Oh yeah, they really forced Jinxie's hand. They're going for that Shack pop. Meanwhile, another gen was being worked on together. A very good tag onto Evan across the map. Meanwhile, the unhook is coming through, and Evan's kind of caught out here at this 10 tile. It's going to be a double window, kind of difficult to play.
Forcing locker. Is this a double lock? Is this a force locker to double the Shack gen and pop?
Right now, the Shack gen
Jinxie's
was
aware.
popped. That's 30% gone from the 99 that we can assume it was out. And Jinxie's going to slug Evan here and is going to go instead and pressure the generator. It is not quite there at that level to where he needs to be too worried about it, but we do have some injured survivors. Brian being caught out here at the pallet gym is going to find Brian looping around the long wall. Can Brian make it to this pallet? The pallet does not go down, and that is going to be a down.
Jinxie is fighting so hard for this 4K1, and it is just going so rapidly. At any moment, this could switch out of anyone's hands.
Ooh, we do see the pickup onto Evan, but that's going to be a slug, and Rayoxy is going to eat a tag. That's so good. That's so good for.
I don't know about you,
Jinxie
Tyro,
here.
but this is actually one of the more exciting Huntress sets I've ever watched.
Oh yeah, this is super close. Especially when Huntresses play for pressure instead of camping, it's so entertaining.
What a great set from both of these teams. Jake hard committing. Are we gonna see Gen Pop?
Ooh,
We do.
the Gen Pop securing the win. Jinxie putting up a hell of a performance, but the survivors just pressuring those generators and capitalizing on that pickup in order to
What a
get
great
that
juke.
pop gen.
This Jake is
G-Bot
really
playing super well.
G-Bot just absolutely bringing it home. I'm loving these flares and all these hatchets coming out. Unfortunately, Jinxie was not able to keep the 4K1 for his team, but nonetheless, incredibly well played by both sides. A lot of just well-aimed hatchets, a lot of well-played aggression and pressure from the survivors. Just unfortunately, Vicinal is eking this one out, and they're going to take the 2-0 against Dead Future tonight in this set.
We still might play the tiebreaker set. I know we tried to play it no matter what here at Grindhouse, so we might see that coming up. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they played these sets phenomenally. And this Huntress set was very entertaining. I think both killers played the pressure game fantastically. A very good shot coming through from Jinxie there on the edge
so
map.
satisfying about watching a Meg just hit the floor. That is just great. Do they want it? Do they want to come in for the save?
Jinxie's calling that
questioning
bluff.
it.
Ooh,
Jinxie's
they're
saying,
coming
why
in.
don't you ball? But they're trying for it. They're putting on a show.
Ooh. They do not quite get the hatchet. Jinxie's going to instead go and pick up Brian here on the Meg. Going to be placing him right here, kind of next to the door though. This is still savable if they can get a reset.
These survivors
I
are
don't know if they
Southern
want
man.
to try.
They're not content. They want the 4 out. I get it.
Yeah, they
They're
really
here.
want to play.
See,
we
keep an eye
see-
on that hatchet count. Already down to 4. He's got to be careful with what he commits to.
Ooh! Does not quite land that shot onto G-Bot. That's going to be a tag onto Rayoxium, and Jinxie is going to try to get the down on Ray instead.
Oh no!
The hatchet not quite missed.
It's do or die! Oh my god, he hits it!
G-Bot unfortunately not.
No
Oh
way!
my gosh!
No way!
Okay, we got the flashlight save, and that's going to be all 4 survivors out. Evan dropping
What?
the flashbang as a little present.
What a finale. That was
Wow.
amazing. So entertaining. Amazingly well played by both sides. These teams were awesome to watch. And, you know, I hope we get a tiebreaker. That was awesome.
Yeah. Stay tuned and we'll see if we get the tiebreaker set in just a bit. All right, unfortunately, we are not going to have a tiebreaker set for the Singularity set tonight. Our players are tired, obviously, after a well-fought battle. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Grindhouse Scrims. It had been a very exciting day of casting. So please join us next time. Hit up the Discord for all the details, and we'll see you then.
Thanks for coming.